friends to the Beaver Dam.
Come on, piece of garbage work. Okay, there's the music. And there I am! And of course, Mara is bigger. There's the green screen. Welcome, welcome, friends. I am back. I still have a cold a bit, but you know, it's mostly just a cough at this point and not being able to taste my food, which is very unfortunate. But it's good to be back with you guys here in the Beaver Dam. It has been the Beaver quarantine zone lately, and we are finally back on schedule, trying to get caught up on things. And it's going to be a damn good time doing some roster reviews today. We haven't had time to do them. Not because I haven't had time, because I've had all the time in the world this week, but my cold was so bad that every time that I'd start talking, and I would just, you know, be talking like I am right now, if I spoke more than a sentence, I would just erupt into coughing fits. It was so bad, and so I couldn't even record while I was sick, because every time I did, every other sentence was coughing so hard that I'd see stars, and I threw up a couple times because of that coughing. It was pretty great. So I am so happy that I'm past this cold. No, it wasn't the Rona, but you know, it still was really, really rough. And I am so happy to be through it. It's probably the worst cold I've had since I had the Rona the first time. Even then, I mean, the Rona wasn't actually that bad. It was just the fact that I couldn't taste anything. So I'm going to say this is probably the worst cold I've had basically ever. So let's get an announcement out that we are live. We want everyone to know that we are back, baby, at stream. But yeah, it's been weird. Like yesterday, I couldn't taste anything at the beginning of the day. End of the day, I could taste things. Today, woke up, I couldn't taste anything, and then, you know, after a couple hours, now I can taste stuff again. It's my body is like freaking out, and I don't know why. And my electronics are not cooperating, so I'm gonna have to edit things manually, but that's fine. So we'll turn down that music just a hair. That's why it's so loud. It's because of my volume. So it's not bad. So right there. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you, Nick, Godzilla, Caleb, Fogly Dogly, Heinricher, Wishy Washy, CT Drill, I don't know if I said it already. Con Warlock, welcome, welcome. AJ, Shackdag, Lex, Bobo, Iron Deer, Random X, welcome, welcome. Good to see you guys. It's good to have you guys all here. Okay, let me delete that. And someone asked, I don't remember who, and I'm not going to scroll up right this moment. Someone asked, are you sleeping on Conquest because of Jocasta New? And the answer is yes. I would be done with all of Sector 5 by this point, and I would be working on feats hardcore if I was trying. I have not been trying because I just don't care about Jocasta New. I just don't. I hate her as a character, and I don't care if she has a lightsaber gun. She's a terrible Jedi and a terrible person, and I'm just not going to, you know, sully my roster with that. So, you know, I'll get a, what is it, a gold crate, probably, maybe. I might just go for this crate and call it good. I don't care. I just don't about this character one bit. I despise her. So, Heinricher, you would be working on feet, wouldn't you? Yeah, that's the one downside is with being sick and everything. I just haven't played much, as you can tell by this. Like literally, I've been doing just my territory war each day, and then my dailies, and like that's it. And I just haven't done anything else. I'll always take those. Where are we right now? Ah, yes, that's right. We're working on Malicos finally. I just put the last Zeta I needed on the Night Sisters, I believe. And so my Night Sisters are officially done. Let's double check. Yep, Marin's done. Mother Talzin's done. Asajj Ventress is done. Old Daka's done. And Night Sister Zombie's done. So yeah, now I just need to remod the team and maybe bring up a couple relic levels. I think I brought Daka up to 5 recently to help out with the survivability. And then that team's done, and I'll be moving on to making a Seer Malicos team because, like, I realized, you know, Seer Malicos solves a lot of my problems when Datacrons are around. And when it comes to the Seer Malicos team, I have the Fulcrum, I have the Seer Junda at Relic 7, and I have the Cal at Relic 5. So it's like, might as well, right? So. If chat chooses a Relic 9, she'll probably be top priority. Yeah, unfortunately, I know that you guys like to meme. And so if we were to do another, like, Relic 9 reward for a Damathon next month, then I'm sure you guys would choose Jocasta New. In the same way, Iron Deer, where you meet people who just refuse to farm Rey at all, just out of simple hate of the sequels. It's the same thing with me with Jocasta New. I can't get past her. Nice ET drill, very nice. Alex, good to see you, my friend. I unlocked Jabba last night. Congratulations, my friend. That is huge for a roster. Yeah, Yotter, I was in and out of consciousness for like 2 days, and it included that day. And so by the time that like I got everyone's messages and like I had completely just, I was out of it for multiple days in a row. And so like I'd wake up, I'd play video games for a couple hours, and then I'd go right back to sleep and then sleep for a couple hours. So by the time I got everyone's messages, it was like 6 p.m., 3 hours after it was supposed to start. I had completely forgotten, and I was like, I could not speak without coughing. And so, yeah, I sent my apologies to Troopers on break and offered to reschedule a time where I can come on for his next one. But yeah, that was rough. I decided to get GL Leia Organa. Goodness gracious. Just say Leia. No one cares about any of the other Leias. Just call her Leia, bro. for Java just feels way better since I'll have a home for Rex while Java are useless. I mean, Java's gonna fit in your roster 10 times better. It's the best territory battle GL. It's the best GL for mod materials. It's the best GL for defense. Like, across the board, better. Nice, random. Unlock Clone Wars Chewie today. That is the biggest thing that you could have absolutely done. Heck yes, Wishy Washy. Congratulations. Where's my soundboard? Is my soundboard working today?
Impressive.
It looks like it is. Hey, Raw Onion, welcome, welcome. Yeah, like, I don't understand the Kiadi Mundi hate myself. I don't. But Jocasta knew. I mean, she shows up in episode 2 and is just immediately a douche to Obi-Wan for no reason. Just immediately a douche to Obi-Wan. And it's like, okay, why? And like the absolute arrogance of, oh yeah, if it doesn't exist in my library, then it doesn't exist at all. Like, that is the biggest amount of arrogance in a galaxy where you're constantly discovering things that I've ever heard. And so she's just immediately a douche as soon as she comes on screen. And then in Clone Wars, she doesn't find the shapeshifter. She gets knocked out by the shapeshifter. A Jedi Master that's in charge of the library and protecting the records of the Jedi is not able to protect the records, and instead the Padawan figures out that the shapeshifter is a shapeshifter. Like, really? Ahsoka figures it out, but Jocasta Nu doesn't. And then in the comics, she comes back and she throws a tantrum in the most un-Jedi-like way and goes, oh my gosh, they're destroying my records. Now I suddenly care, and I'm going to take a weapon that has been outlawed by the Jedi because the Jedi aren't supposed to have weapons, and this is in the archive for a reason, that we don't make these anymore for a reason. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to try and kill everyone in the most Jedi-like way I've ever seen of anyone. She is just a terrible Jedi and a terrible person. I don't care for her at all. I celebrated as a child. I celebrated when she died in Star Wars Episode 3, the video game. Like, literally, Anakin just uses the Force, pulls her onto his lightsaber, and it was the greatest moment of my childhood. Hey, Nicholas. Okay, let's get this these roster reviews open for you guys. A DPS Jeff, exactly. She's as worthless as a DPS Jeff. Aren't healers getting a nerf in Marvel Rivals? Yep, I know, Iron Deer. I'll be depressed, but, you know, she's gonna sit in my roster. To be fair, I have 6 months to get Jocasta Nu, and so I can slow farm her all I want. Like, I don't need her in my roster. She doesn't boost any crazy teams or anything. She's worthless until her faction comes out. So I can be as spiteful as I want for 6 months, and then I might have to actually do it. Thank you, Lord Megatron. All hail Megatron. Just started stockpiling all materials and gear for Java. Only need a couple of shards for Xanten. Heck yeah, that's what I like to hear. Yes, it's posting in the Discord for a review. So there's a section called roster reviews. I type in roster review live now, and then we'll look at anything that we can after that message. And then everyone I look at, I will delete. So that way I know where I'm at, and you guys can see where I'm at as well. Let me get the Discord link for everyone that has not done this before. And we'll do like 3 conquest battles while we wait for people to sign up. Just search up the title. Ah, you made a video about the patch notes. Okay, very cool. That's what I'm hoping for, Commander Lex, and that's what it's looking like based on this new faction. But I don't know. We could still be getting like Bad Batch. It would be surprising, but you know, we could be getting Bad Batch. Absolutely, Caleb. You can absolutely jump the line. I mean, you could have jumped the line without donating, my friend. You get 1 free priority roster of you. But yes, we will have you go first, my friend. Star Wars Chess would be the game that you want to remaster. So we're talking about a remaster and not a remake. I feel like I'm a little biased, but I want to say Jedi Power Battles. But I need to go play it again. We will be playing that on stream, on as a members-only stream. I did buy it because they just dropped it as a PC port, which it was not available for PC before this year. So I'm very excited about that because it was one of my favorite games as a kid. But I feel like that's nostalgia based, and I can't fully say yes, let's do that, because I haven't replayed it since I was a kid. So I am instead going to say Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. I would love a just really pretty remake, or yeah, Bombardion's not working. Remaster of Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, because it's one of my favorite Star Wars games I've ever played, and like having just really pretty graphics along with it would be really cool. Haha, it's funny, Yotter. I haven't played since they've added the thing. Over here in the Beaver Dam, it's Ben Grimm. Jocasta got less drip than Tatooine. Ooh, the Kinect Star Wars, interesting. I really wish, like, Kinect and VR would go somewhere. I wish those things, like, we're so close to having some good stuff, but it's not accessible technology yet. And I want it to be accessible, and once it's accessible, then it can start being pushed into really solid stuff. And that's the problem, is until you can make it accessible, you can't get that into the hands of people. You can't do things. Well, I appreciate it, Caleb Swagger. Caleb Swagger, your membership has lapsed. What's happening, dude? Republic Commando, ooh, I would like a remake of Republic Commando, actually, because I think that's a game that can be done well. Like, KOTOR remake is hard to do because you're going to be remaking a story, and so it's rough. But like Republic Commando, if you just get the same guy, because the same guy still works in gaming, the guy that was the head of Republic Commando still works in gaming, and so you could get the same guy to work on Republic Commando. He loves that squad-based kind of game, and we could get a remake of Republic Commando that's really fire. I'm a pro thing main when it comes to Vanguards. Interesting. Lego Star Wars? Heck yes, dude. Lego Star Wars was fantastic. So Half-Life Alyx is a game that you can't play on just a VR. You need a good PC to do it as well. And I have been, you know, I got this PC and I built it and everything, but I didn't have a good graphics card for it. Even now, I have a pretty just meh graphics card in this PC. As soon as we finish building our other PC, which we have the CPU on the way, it's going to be here in a week and a half. Unfortunately, it was on back order. That'll be done, and so we'll have 2 PCs, which is solid, so I can stream easier. But the problem is, because the 50 series GPUs are coming out, everyone bought all of the 40 series GPUs, and you can't find 5070s yet because they haven't come out. And so I'm stuck here with no GPU, like, period. And so I'm going to be running a 3060 in this thing until I can actually get one, because all the scalpers purchased everything. And so the cheapest I can find, a $600 graphics card, which is what I was looking at from our budget from the Damathon, was 1,200. Like, that's the cheapest I can find the graphics card. That's $600. So it was $600 a couple weeks ago, and then I was like, okay, I'll wait for my sponsorship payment, and then I will buy the graphics card. And then the sponsorship payment hit. I went to go look, and the $600 graphics card I was planning on purchasing was all of a sudden $1,200, and you couldn't purchase it from any retailer. Like, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. Swagger doesn't feel so good, Mr. Stark. Would you consider a Star Wars lore series about factions? What do you mean by Star Wars lore series? Are you talking about a YouTube channel? Would I watch a Star Wars lore series about factions? Or are you talking about a TV show, a game? Like, what are you referring to here, Ren2G? Making ribs at the moment? Dude, you need to share. I haven't eaten anything today. I haven't seen the Lego Batman movie. I actually just watched the Lego Batman movie like maybe 8 months ago. It was beautiful, because I missed the whole hype train when it came out and everything. I was incommunicado at the time. Morning, Bakunawa. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, Con Warlock, Destiny 2, anything that's left are just tryhards and sweats. Like, it's so bad. What do you think the minimum requirements are to run the original Doom? I mean, people have done it on Potato, so like nothing. Full squad of Spectre units, I have that. There we go. Caleb Zweiger's back to his beautiful green with his wonderful gold. He deserves that gold, damn. Yes, a series on YouTube. Are you saying you want me to make one? Or are you saying, would I be interested in watching one? I personally have a very large struggle when it comes to any type of like watching YouTubers that have lore videos, because so much of it is, you know, misinformation, or I just read Wikipedia and I don't actually know what I'm talking about, and just know how to package this really well. I don't like that type of thing personally, and I tend to just read the books myself. And so like doing lore videos would be something I would be down to do, but you know, I'd only be able to do it based off of the things that I know, of course, because I'm not going to go through and go just read Wikipedia and make videos. I'm going to go through and read the actual source materials, and so it'll take me much longer to make content. So it'd be a long haul kind of channel if I were to make one. But I personally am not a fan, because most of the ones that I see, it's just a whole bunch of I know how to package this well, and I don't actually know what I'm talking about. Like, you know, why does Ahsoka use 2 lightsabers? And then the whole YouTube short is just them talking about Ahsoka and Anakin not liking the fact that she uses 2 lightsabers without ever getting to the point of why Ahsoka used 2 lightsabers. I'm like, so you just wasted my time. Thanks. Or like, you know, you watch something and you're like, okay, this is very clearly from a Wikipedia article because, you know, you're just mentioning the things that are mentioned on Wikipedia and none of the amazing things that happen in the book that's about this. Like, it's just, it feels so shallow in so many different ways for so many of the stuff that I see. So, well, if it was done well and, you know, they were able to cite their sources and things, then yeah, I think it would be a really fun thing to watch. It's just, I have never found someone that has felt that way to me. It's always felt like, you know, I'm basically just watching someone who read Wikipedia and knows how to package a video. Eight megabytes of RAM. Oh my gosh, dude. My math teacher is doing on his calculator. Heck yes. I've 3-starred Malgus with Jabba. Heck yeah, Heinricher. I have not watched Geetsley. Okay, let's jump into these roster reviews. I do need a glass of water real quick, so we're actually going to put one more battle on. I just drank this entire glass of water and I'm still dying. And if I get too dehydrated, my throat's going to start killing me and I will start coughing again. And I'm going to try and avoid that as much as possible. So, we'll throw one more battle on. We'll get Mara up here to entertain you guys. Mara. Sure. Got it. Good girl. I know you haven't been up in a bit. We got to put it on one time so it lasts long enough.
Credits will do fine.
Commander-elect coming in with the 10 Canadian. Okay, you will be second, my friend. Cooper. Good girl. W. Jate. That was extremely close. I'm very impressed. She just jumped down to her bed, and her bed is underneath this table that you can see right here. That has all of my PC stuff on it right now. So she jumped off onto her bed under the table without hitting her head. I am very impressed. I mean, it sounds solid, Heinricher. Okay, let's hop into these roster reviews. First, we got Caleb Swiger. The Swagman, did he put it in Discord? There he is. Oh, yeah, I need to fix this real quick. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Okay. There we go. Okay. Farming Leviathan and GI open to anything. Are you actually farming GI, or did you buy the Lightspeed bundle? Do I have a favorite NBA team? When I was a kid and I play NBA games, I would always play as the Chicago Bulls. But that's the closest you'll ever hear me say, you know, I like an NBA team, because I don't watch a whole lot of sports. The only sports I've ever actually like watched myself, where I've gone out of my way to watch it, is the cornhole tournaments, just because I think it's hilarious to put it on in the background while you have friends over and watch them slowly realize that the background thing that you have while you're talking is cornhole, and that there's actually cornhole tournaments in the world. And then I used to watch the NFL. And, you know, I'll usually watch the Super Bowl. This year I didn't really have anyone to watch it with, so I didn't watch the Super Bowl this year. But I typically like to watch the Super Bowl. Also, this year, neither team I really cared about. I didn't. Both are teams that I'm just like, eh. Just unlock Grand Inquisitor thanks to your guide. Heck yeah, Darren. I'm glad it helped, dude. Full Lightspeed bundles would never farm the Inquisitors. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So are you taking him up to Riva ready then? Is that what you're saying? Where's your Inquisitors? Inquisitorius. Are you taking him up to Riva ready, I take it? I'm guessing you're actually, like, you know, I don't know about your guild's doing, but with this account, you should be getting some solid Riva shards already. If you're not, you should probably switch guilds. Hey, Jay, welcome, welcome. There's a bug, I don't know if they fixed it yet, with the green quickening, just where it gives 65% speed. That's wild. Okay, so here's the question. Are you talking about what Zetas you should put on the team in general? Or are you talking about what Zetas do you need to do the Riva event, Caleb? Because, like, the fact that you already have a ninth sister Zeta hurts my soul. Zetas in general, that's better question to ask Arnold's Zeta priority, because I don't know myself. I can tell you that if any of you out there have unlocked the Inquisitors thanks to the Lightspeed bundle, these are the Zetas that you need to complete it. You need the ID9 7th Sister, Grand Inquisitor, you need his, whatever one of these is a Zeta that I've gotten up. I honestly don't know which. If it's this one, it's this one. But one of these is a Zeta and you need it. I'd have to go look up which one's the Zeta. But it might have been this one. I don't know. Takes a bonus turn. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this one. So Compassion Leaves a Trail is all you need for Grand Inquisitor. And then Eighth Brother is nice but not needed. So literally just the ID9 and the Unique on Grand Inquisitor are the only two that you need to be able to do Riva. But as for, like, in general, avoid leaderships, obviously. You know, with Grand Inquisitor, avoid leadership, especially if you're going to throw Omicrons on him. Get his insta-kill Omicron, which is this one right here. But yeah, overall Zeta-wise, all of them. As for like the which one should go first, that kind of thing, I just suggest Arnold's Guide. I don't know enough about it myself. It's something that I'll be working on soon. Because like I just finished my Night Sisters. Next up on my list is my Seer Malicos team, because it's going to be a meta killer team. And then after that, it's going to be my Inquisitors and finishing up my Inquisitors and getting their Zetas done. So like I will have that information soon, and I'll be looking it up soon for myself, but I don't have that information very much. So the Zetas came with the Lightspeed bundle. Gross. I just got my General Skylarcher 7-star. He already has all his Zetas. Should I start working on his team? Yes. If you have that much investment in a General Skywalker, I would suggest working on the team. I have not played Pal World. I had it downloaded for like 2 years, but it's not been out that long, I don't think. But basically a month after or 2 months after it came out, I downloaded it, and I haven't tried it. To be fair, I've never been a huge Pokemon fan. Like, I enjoyed the way of playing Pokemon, but I enjoy it in the same way that I enjoy Minecraft, where I spend a couple hours playing it and enjoying it, and then then like, you know, after 2 weeks, I just stop playing. So I play like, you know, 8 hours a day for 2 weeks, and then I don't play it ever again. So yeah, technically you don't need any of the Zetas to unlock Grand Inquisitor. It's just, you know, 90% of people that come to me and they're like, hey, I did it without Zetas. It took me 4 hours though. And I'm like, I would rather die than spend 4 hours on an event. I don't know about you. True, that is very helpful. Grand Inquisitor's basic is super nice. How far is the community conquest event? Do we have one this year, or this conquest? Did they put something out about that? I probably missed it if they did. Let's see. Community milestone event. There you go. So if you just go to Swago News, there's a section in my server for it. If you go to Swago News, I haven't looked at any of this new stuff, dude. I've been so out of it. But yeah, they will update this graphic every single time. So this is what it is currently. See, updated February 21st. So they will update this throughout the event. So we are currently at 32%. I was not aware this was happening. So what do we get? Jocasta new shards. I already have all the characters, but hey, I mean, I can work towards it for you guys. So I'll start putting some extra energy into Conquest and, you know, doing some stuff in Conquest for you guys. But yeah, they'll just upgrade update the graphic right here. And so if you just you know, go over to the news section on the server, so go news, and you go and find it, you can just visit the website, and you know, this will be updated every time. So let's see if there's anything else. Ah, yes, Wrecker came out as you know, they released his kit. Still haven't read that yet. Conquest Ascension, new dev post. What's this? Here are the notes for today. Wrecker Batcher's now available in Chromium. Captain Tarple's been accelerated. Gungan Boomadiers accelerated. Zalbar Omicron has been updated. Fixed a bug where Supreme Leader Color and could be called to assist to attack Darth Revan. Fixed a typo for Jocasta News mod recommendations. Fixed a bug where Supreme Leader Color is not receive the appropriate amount of siphon from Rey. Yes, he would receive the same amount outside of aggressive stance as inside, and so it would make it so when you come out of it, you'd only have 12 stacks instead of the 25 that you're supposed to have. Ben Solo's force powers are on the first. He's to use special one in his Omicron game mode. I don't understand what that means. Fixed an issue where captive users recover health protection. Jedi Knight Revan activating on other people's teams. Nice. Interesting. Fixed some wording. They said that twice. Okay. Sweet. Awesome. Oh yeah, how close are we to... Sorry, give me just 1 second. We were at 18, weren't we? We just looked at a character. Yeah, 18 to 20. Sweet. Okay. Anyways, let's get back to Caleb Zweiger real quick. Do you pay for roster reviews? No, you don't. Best way to get a roster review is to go to the Discord, my friend. Saleya, good to see you, my friend. Oh my gosh, another Caleb. Oh my gosh. We have, let's see. Jedi Knight Caleb, Caleb Zweiger, Caleb Wheeler. Oh, who am I missing? There's 2 more. There's so many Calebs at this point. So now there's, I think, 6 Calebs. This is getting out of hand. Now there are 6 of them. Oh yeah, no guild. That's interesting. The Caleb verse. How many subs to do my homework for me on stream? What is your homework? I don't even know if I can do it, my friend. Mini B2 Spirit out of Lego. But yeah, the best way to do it is go to the Discord. There's a section called roster reviews, and we'll go down that list. It's first come, first serve. And then if you pay, of course, you can jump the line. And so we're doing our 2 paid for roster reviews first. Working on a guild right now. Yeah, Caribou, I definitely, like, you know what? 20 gifted subs, 20 gifted memberships, and I'll do your homework for you on stream. No promises anything will be correct. Okay, let's see. You know, I know that you're building your account really well already. So, like, I'm not super worried about what's in here. So you've built for your guild really well. The guild that you don't currently have. You need to find yourself a good guild, my friend. Obviously, finish your Sith Eternal Emperor to Relic 7. You're going to finish your Inquisitors up to Relic 5. Grand Inquisitor up to Relic 5. I suggest staying away from leadership abilities. And then just checking out Arnold's Zeta suggestions. I think that he has a really good graphic and everything for that's going to be very solid for you. I don't think I have much for you on that account. I would like to see you get Luthen up, though. Luthen is a GL killer squad that is just way too good to leave in the bottom of your account. And you're also getting to the point where a Malicos is going to be very warranted, because you have a Relic 7 Seer, you have a Relic 5 Cal. You know, you have this team done. And so getting the Malicos up is also going to be nice. Obviously, you're going to be Zeta poor. Zeta is always going to be the struggle on any account that's a heavy Lightspeed bundle account. And so I would suggest maybe taking a break and finishing some of these conquest teams to really, you know, make your offense shine. So that way you can afford to throw, you know, Jabba the Hutt, Rey, SLKR, and Leia all on defense. Because, you know, all 4 of them do really good on defense now that Dr. Dre's in the game. And so, honestly, I'd suggest maybe building out your offensive off-meta. And then, you know, obviously you're going for Leviathan, and what was the other thing you said? GI. Yeah. So, like, Leviathan's great. It's going to be a great farm for you. Your natural next step would be JMK. But honestly, I'd rather see you build out your offense right now and get to the point where you can afford to throw everything on defense. So. Is there an order in which to get 501st Zetas? Are you the one that already had the Zetas on gas? If I just got my General Skywalker 7-star. Yeah, so you already have the Zetas on General Skywalker. So in that case, you just need to make sure you have the Zeta on 5s. And then I would say, if I recall correctly, I would say 5s, then Rex's Zeta, then 5 Zeta, then ARC Trooper Zeta, and then Echo Zeta if you have, you know, the ability to put it on. I've never put on Echo Zeta, and I eventually would like to, but it's not like life or death, and neither is ARC Troopers. ARC Troopers is also not life or death, but it does help and make it so it's easier to beat Supreme Leader Kylo Ren with that team, although with Dr. Dre that doesn't exist anymore. So yeah, like, okay, here's the thing is, how close are you to Leviathan? If you're close to Leviathan, I wouldn't suggest pausing to do that. You've got shards to get. I don't mind telling you to pause. Yeah, at this point, I don't mind telling you to pause. Because this is going to be, you know, if you're just regular farming it, that's like, you know, three months of farming, so. His sacrifices is first. Sorry, I kind of assumed that, yeah. Hold on, let me pull up 5s. It's his sacrifice. Yeah, tactical awareness first, and then I'd probably do, I think, Rex's next, to reduce the cooldowns, and then 5's second one. You could also do both of 5's first and then Rex. I think that's what I did when I originally farmed up these characters, but yeah. Hi, Caleb. Which Caleb are you referring to? Hey, Arctic Gaming. Good to see you, my friend. Hey, you're 1 month away, Arctic Gaming, from getting yourself a gold dam. Hell yeah. What's my favorite dessert? Currently, there's a blondie, a caramel blondie that you can get from Applebee's. That is just, I love it. I'm partial to cheesecake, but like cheesecake's a little too rich for me, and like I can only eat a little bit of it before I'm done. I do like a strawberry shortcake though. That's not what I wanted. Where's Caleb Zwiger's stuff? But yeah, I think that's about it I've got for you, Caleb Zwiger. Hopefully that helps. I think definitely focus, like, you've got some time on the Leviathan to wait while you farm shards. Take that time, and I'd funnel it into getting Luthen and then maybe Malicos. Both teams, you already have the start of it because you have the Mon Mothma, you have the Seer, you have the Cal, and like also, especially with the Luthen squad, you go and you look at the squad, and let's see right here. Like 2 Zetas on Mon Mothma, 1 Zeta on Pow, and 1 Zeta on Luthen, and then you have a GL killer squad. Like overall, it's one of the like for GL killers, it is one of the lower Zeta requirements for it. Con Warlock, since you spent your free super chat on that, yes. What are you doing, pool birds? Okay, down. So you should send his homework in the section for Oscar to use. Yes, absolutely. So I'm starting my next MTG deck with the limitation being only the world's smallest MTG cards. Oh yeah, I saw someone do that. Yeah, I remember, because there was a whole bunch of like promo mini decks for Magic that they made. And so like you can technically make a deck out of them for Commander if you get enough of them. Okay, next up we had a paid for roster review from Commander Lex, and then we will jump into our free roster reviews. Okay, let's delete. I take a look at your mods, Caleb Zweiger, but you've been to Pimpo. I don't think I need to look at your mods. Yeah, sleeves in a deck box. Good luck, dude. There's Commander Lex. Okay, Commander Lex, Bo-Katan Team Done, 1 Omi for Territory War. On your bow? Got Darkside Ray yesterday, so working on her, then the Leviathan farm. 22k crystals saved up for that. Heck yeah, the crystals are very, very important. What should my focus be after? Leia, Gas, Luth, and Profundity.
Hello there.
CT Drill, welcome to the damn community. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of like, I'm giving the suggestion to you the same as the last person. I think you should get Luthen done. Like, yeah, I think Profundity is going to be important. It's the last GL ship you need and all that. And I think that Profundity and Leia should be on your list next, and that Gas can wait until you need him, which is not very high priority right now. And so, like, unless you've already invested Zetas in them, it's not as important. And I feel like Luthen should be up there. Problem is, you have a Gas that's gear 13 with 4 Zetas. How's your 501st look in general? You've invested in them. They're ready. How are you doing for Zetas right now, Commander Lex? Can't access members' video anymore, but my name is still green. How is that possible? Hey, hello, welcome, my friend. That was pretty good. Con Warlock, thank you for getting that General Kenobi in there. Low. Okay, so if you're low on Zetas, then I would finish what you have before starting new projects. So, like, you and your Leviathan, solid. Good. Well, you have a Gas team that has the Zetas already on them. You might as well take the time and finish your Gas. Get your Gas up to like Relic 5 at bare minimum. Relic 7 is where I suggest. And then getting your clones up to Relic 5 is what I'd suggest. And then Relic 3 if you're being skimpy. Yeah, so like I don't want you necessarily starting on any huge projects when you're in a Zeta deficit, and especially when you have stuff that are like solid teams that you could push up. And so I would suggest probably a cleanup time. I think it's, you know, clean up, everybody do your share. I don't know if that's an American thing or what, but oh my gosh. Oh. Yep. Still have a cough. You have a Zori in here. You have a Cal Kestis in here. You've got your, obviously your Ray. You've got your 501st. You've got your Marin. You know, you can spend plenty of time cleaning up your roster and fixing the things that you have in your roster. And so getting Leviathan, and then after that getting, you know, Profundity. So I'd probably do Leviathan, then Gas, than Profundity, and that should give you the breadth that you need to work on these characters and to, you know, get your Zetas back into your roster and get to a point where you're okay with your Zetas. Because I would like to see you finish the Night Sister team. I'd like to see you finish your Dr. Aphra team. I'd like to see you get the Zori up. You know, Cal doesn't even need Zetas to go on a Ray team, so you could just throw him up to Relic level. So you have some stuff to work on. I would say take some time and clean up for a bit after you get your Leviathan. And then after that, go for Profundity if you're still in the Zeta crunch, and then you can circle back around to, you know, getting a Luthen done and then getting a Leia done. So who gets subbed off the First Order Kylo team for Dr. Dre? It just kind of depends on what you're trying to rock and how much you're able to invest in the team. I've been liking one tank instead of doing the 2 tank thing. I've been liking doing 1 tank, so like Kylo Ren Unmasked with First Order Officer, Sith Trooper, Hux, and Dr. Dre. But it just kind of depends on the person. Like, you could be using Foss as that tank too. It's not going to be as good, but hey, maybe you have unaligned Force users that you're utilizing. But overall, you're kind of trying to keep the main engine of the team, which is Hux in there, and then Dr. Dre, and the rest is just kind of, you know, what you need out of it. Like, I've ran it without any tanks before, and it still technically works. You know, I don't think there's a losing way of making the team. Exactly, Arctic. Yeah, spending time cleaning up, getting those 501st up, and like getting the stuff up that you have already done, like the Finn Zori team, things like that, and then going for another fleet. Those are going to give you time to get out of your Zeta deficit. Do you think they'll release a JKCK Lightspeed bundle soon? Not anytime soon. I think that we're looking at least 6 months to a year. Anyone using Darkside Ray with Kylo Unmasked without SLKR? I don't have SLKR, but almost have Darkside Ray. Yes, I've seen people say that it can beat Jabba, apparently, with just Kylo Ren Unmasked with Darkside Ray. I don't know the validity of that statement, but apparently it can. So these I don't know, these accounts that are like, you know, they keep coming back. It's not very often that I look at their mods. So let's take a look at your mods. Finn fast good, cat fast good. You necessarily need a really good cat right now. Your Captain Rex is looking a little slow. Yeah, I want him over 300 speed. Piet, same dealio, over 300 speed. 330 if you can do it. Overall, your mods are looking fairly good for like overall quality, but like the top of your roster could really need some popping off. Getting more characters up over 300 speed, like Jedi Knight Revan's another one that should be over 300 speed. Overall, just a higher focus on mods. I think the Jabba in your roster is going to help a lot with that. But yeah, you definitely have some modding to work on. Another one, obviously, with us talking about 501st, you need to get your Rex up as fast as you can. If you can get them over 300 speed, then perfect. So if you're running Darkside Ray without SLKR, make sure to tune her for damage. Duff Cake coming in with the 2 pounds for the lady. One of these days I'm going to get a girlfriend, and it's going to get really awkward because like I'll have her come in and I'll feed her a treat instead. It's going to be really weird and really awkward, and I'm going to laugh. Zeta deficit, my Zetas are -20. Yeah, can you imagine if they added in Zeta debt, where they let you go into debt for Zetas? And then like if you don't pay it back, they add more on top for like you know, interest. If you Wants the Wonga? Oh yeah, I mean, people donate and say for the lady, and you know they mean Mara. But like, what if I have a lady? Well, then I have to feed her a snack apparently.
And you would, naturally, as you began on this adventure of dreams, you would fulfill all your wishes.
All right, kid. You're always gonna be my lady.
Every kind of pleasure you could conceive. And after several nights of 75 years of total pleasure each, you would say, well, that's pretty great.
I will give you one more. No problem, Commander Lex. Okay, go. You'd have to find an extra wonderful girlfriend to let you do that. Nah. Any girlfriend, bro. Any girlfriend would let me feed them a snack on stream. I'd have to go read it, Burrito.
Let's have a surprise.
J Bob coming in with the $5. Don't know if I can stay for the full stream. Could use a review in the Zeta Crunch era. Fair enough, my friend. We will do you in just a moment. Let me read this. Jimmy. He's gear 12 for me, so he's gonna be way down here. Let me read this Jimmy lead real quick.
Then you would get more and more adventurous, and you would make further and further out gambles as to what you would dream. And finally, you would dream where you are now.
Yeah, honestly, it wouldn't be a bad thing to be a unique. Like, I think it would definitely bring him back into, like, squads. Because, like, right now, Jimmy's kind of... He's a plug-and-play Jedi, it feels like. He kind of gets thrown wherever he's needed because he's so squishy, but he deals some solid damage. And so it's hard to justify him in most lineups. You gotta not tell us when you get a GF and then surprise us when somebody says for the lady. Have like a... He's like, I got this jar. This is where I keep Mara's treats, is this jar. And it says, rough day, I need a treat. My mom got me this for Christmas a couple of years ago for Mara. And just get like another one that's like full of chicken wings or something. Oh, I'm never getting married. Anyways. J Bob, did you put your stuff in the Discord? Is your name the same on Discord or is it different? J Bob. There you are. Okay, found it. Maybe not chicken wings, you have to replace them every day. I don't know, goldfish. We'll go with goldfish. Okay. Got into a better guild that is pushing Mandalore right now, like you recommended a month or two ago, and I'm hard farming all the remaining ships. Just finished Dr. Dre, Bo-Katan, Mandalore, and Balin Rex, and need advice on where to go next. Either finish Gas, Sith Empire Leviathan. Oh my gosh. Oreos? Yeah, Oreos would be a solid choice. You could feed her dog treats too. Some people are into that. Nope. Nope, not the kind of girl I'm looking for. Oof. Feed her cookies. Yeah, we could do like Chips Ahoy. Chips Ahoy would be solid. By the way, I may or may not have two different siblings who have eaten dog treats. One was because he was curious how they tasted. The other was because they were locked out of the house and thought they were going to starve when my parents were going to get home in 3 hours. Nice, Alex RG. I've done it a few times, actually. I work at a pet store. You're like, that looks good. I'll try that. The souls of the week. So you're saying I got to find a redhead. To be fair, there is a thing about redheads. I do like me a good redhead. Redheads are weird because it's either they are the most attractive people you've ever seen or the least attractive people you've ever seen. I feel like there's not really an in-between. Sounds like a dope cron, Alex. You have a very interesting family. Dude, I have 11 siblings? Yeah, I have a very interesting family. Like, you know, people are like, oh, how many siblings do you have? What are their names? I'm like, oh, let me just pull out the chart. Okay, this one's related to them. This is related to them. This one is not even technically related to me because they're my half-brother's half-sister, and he's actually my stepbrother who was adopted, and so he's my half-brother. So she's actually not even part of my family, but we act like she is. Like, yeah, it's wild. Yes, Once to Wongo, you are. I agree with the statement. Oof, Appley. Have you tried drinking milk? How good does the Gamorrean Datacron look? I have no idea. I haven't even looked at it. Okay, got into a better... I mean, it's Gamorrean Guard. I don't know what you're expecting out of him. Got into a better guild like you... that is pushing Mandalore right now like you recommended a month or two ago. I'm hard farming all the remaining ships. Just finished a Bo-Katan, Mandalore, Balin Rex. Need advice on where to go next. Either finishing Gas, Sith Empire Leviathan, JMK, and Imperial Remnant for Assault Battle, or any Conquest tunes that are sitting at level. Other details. Going to finish out Malgus Proving Grounds this week. Waiting for Rogue One Lightspeed for Profundity. So you're avoiding Profundity, but you're also in a Zeta crunch. That makes it a little harder. Do you already have the Malgus's ship? Oof. That's some heavy work without Zetas. You have the shards. Okay. You have so many characters to get up. I would do Leviathan and Assault Battle Team because you are like, there's behind on an account, there's Zeta behind on an account, and then there's this. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I don't know if you're spending money or what, but I feel like there's so many teams that you have in here that you've worked on that like could really use Zetas, and like they're already like relicked. Like the fact that your 501st is relicked is already without Zetas is like crazy to me. And so like you have so many Zetas that you need, and so you need some farms that are going to be minimal on the Zeta farm, and you know, going for Leviathan is going to be minimal Zetas because you're going to get the Zetas on the Sith Empire, obviously. I don't know how your Sith Empire is looking right now. We'll check real quick. Yeah, like you're gonna need 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Gosh, that's so many Zetas, even for the Sith Empire. But like the Sith Empire, you could technically leave in your account and get Zetas as you go. It's gonna be painful to see, but you know, it's helpful to at least, you know, just work on the fleets. And then the assault battle team, you need minimal Zetas to get the assault battle team going, and so you can take some time and do that. Bro, if you're spending a bit of money, anytime the ability ascension comes around, spend on that. Save your money and spend on the ability ascension. This is rough. Yeah, if you're waiting on a Profundity Lightspeed bundle, yeah, Leviathan and the Assault Battle. That's what I'm looking at here. Because there's not a whole lot of other things that you can do. Like you could spend some time and you could get your Garsaxan Imperial Super Commando up. They don't require Zetas, and it'll build towards making a Maul team eventually. And they can take down like Gas and a couple other teams. But like it's just a Zeta deficit here. So focus fleets, focus Leviathan. If you're willing to spend some money, go in on the ability ascension. You know, and then, you know, just focus on that assault battle, because you got to focus on things that are not going to be influenced by Zetas for a while. Take some time, and if you have things like this Zori, get your Zori up to Relic 5. You already have the Zetas on them. So hardcore cleanup and avoid Zeta farms for a while. And honestly, avoiding Zeta farms is actually going to help you build up some of these teams and make it so that way your overall roster's better anyways. Just unlocked all the conquest units within the last month. Yeah. And it's rough. Luckily, Maul you can ignore. DTMG you can ignore. Admiral Trench you can ignore. And so you really only need... are you Zepho ready right now? JKSDK. Yeah, so like Malicos and... obviously Ezra Bridger. Yeah, those are kind of the only two that you really need to actually do. So, but yeah, I think that you're in a good spot, except the fact that you need Zetas, and you need Zetas bad. And so focusing on ships is not only going to be good for your roster, but it's going to be good for your Zeta pool and getting your Zetas back on track. Because, you know, in today's economy, we get a solid amount of Zetas, but like with the Lightspeed bundles, it's just, we're all behind. And so taking some time, getting the assault battle teams up, getting some more ships going, it's going to give you the time to kind of fund some of these other things that you have in here. And don't sleep on doing some cleanup, you know, bringing up your Night Sisters to Relic 5, getting some work in on some of your characters, getting that Zori up to Relic 5. You know, a General Kenobi at Relic 3 is a little painful to see. One of the best tanks in the game at Relic 3. Tanks usually need Relic 5 to Relic 7. So, like, you have some work to be done. You have some things you can work on while you're working on those Zetas. Why is JKCK Relic 9? Now, JKCK does not fit any of the requirements of a Relic 9. He does not fit the requirement of he's a tank. He does not fit the requirement of he's a GL, nor is he a fleet commander, nor is he a requirement. But he is single-handedly one of the best characters in territory war, or territory battle, sorry. And so having a Relic 9 JKCK gives you a great plug-and-play leadership ability. While in territory battles at the start of the battle, all allies gain 100% max health and max protection, and 300% of Cal Kestis' defense at the start of the encounter. Allies gain 25% turn meter and frenzy for 2 turns. Defeated enemies can't be revived. Stacks of impetuous persist across encounters. And so you can essentially insta-kill on every single encounter, and it beefs up your whole team. So he's a great general lead that you can throw with any other Relic 9s you happen to have across your farms in territory battles to be able to help out in combat missions in the later planets. So he is one of the best PPs to have at Relic 9. So focus Leviathan, then Ezra. Focus Leviathan, cleanup, and yeah, and then Ezra is going to be excellent. And honestly, like, you don't need a ton of Omicrons, a ton of Zetas to make Ezra really, really good. Malgus, obviously, you're going to want for Leviathan, and then Malicos, yes. I want, most people, what I want to see in their roster at this point is I want to see them become a super offensive powerhouse with their Conquest units, because they have Conquest units, they usually have partial teams done, and now I want you to be a menace to society on offense, because if you can afford to put all of your new GLs on defense, you're going to be doing some insane stuff. So
Credits will do fine.
Battle Beavers, thank you for the subscription over on Twitch. You are amazing, my friend. As well as the $10. We will get you in on a review in just a moment. Okay, sounds good. We'll do you next. Really quick, we'll take a quick look at your mods. Ray is a good indication because Ray is more nuanced, and so if you're doing good on Ray, then you're usually doing good on mods. Solid Bo-Katan. Your mods fall off pretty fast though. 284 already to the right there, whereas your Luthen is, you know, 360. It's a pretty harsh fall off. So I'm glad you have Jabba. It's going to help with your mods, but yeah, you need to work on your mods, my friend. First order officers faster than Hux, still important, not as important. Resistance Eurofin over 300 speed. Your sword needs to get to Relic 5. Queen Amidala is looking pretty slow. Your Krex is over 300 speed. In fact, your Chopper's faster than your Krex. So I want you to go through each of your teams, like make a, you know, if you haven't already, I'm sure you have, honestly, go make a squads tab. You know, if you're feeling fun, then make sure you name them fun things like I do. But I want you to go through your squads tab and go through each of your teams and identify those who need to be modded well. So like here, you know, you've got someone who swaps turn meter, so you're gonna want to mod Jedi Knight Revan really well. You've got, you know, in this team right here, you've got Boss Nass. Boss Nass gives turn meter as well as reduces turn meter on the enemy team and just gets this whole team started and rolling around in circles. And so Boss Nass is going to be your one that you need to mod well. And I just want you to go through each of your squads and identify the person who needs speed and work on those people. If you need help with this, there is a video. If you just look up Rabid Beaver speed, it'll show up, and it'll go over kind of the things that you're looking for speed. So you just look at it and just be like, oh yeah, it'll tell you, you know, oh, debuffers who are going to cause other people to not be able to get turns, you know, those who are the ones who start off a turn meter train. It'll kind of go through all those people that you need speed. So I have like 7 good sets of mods. Sounds like you need to farm mods hard. And if you need to, if you're putting too much investment in good mod or in bad mods, that could be your problem. So go to you can also go to Rabid Beaver mods. You just type that into YouTube and it'll pop up, and there'll be one for mod farming. It's literally just going to go through, you know, mods from top to bottom and just be like, oh, here's a mod farming plan. Here's, you know, how to filter your mods, and here's how to not take a mod too far. So go take a look at that video. It'll help out. I've been meaning to make an updated version, and I will soon, just because back then I didn't have a camera. My mic audio is a little too loud, like, you know, it has some problems, and so I'll be looking at making a new version of it. But for now, it still has all the information, and it's just basically dated by the fact that my setup was garbage back then, not by the information given. So both of those videos I think will help you get a good start into your mods. Okay, next up we have Battle Beavers. Thank you for the $10 and the membership, my friend. Speaking of, okay, before I forget, I've been meaning to do something with Scribe, and we haven't been able to connect, and we've been planning on doing a members only thing for you guys with Scribe for a while. It was what you guys requested, and we keep missing each other. Hey, do you have time this week for something? Okay, there. Sent Scribe a message. We're gonna try and do a members only Scribe thing. Spend that energy. My resets in 2 hours. Oh, I didn't even do my dailies yesterday. I just realized that. Fine, I'll spend the energy right now. Yeah, I just didn't have time last night to do my dailies, and so we actually need there we go. Members only Marvel Rivals stream with Scribe. Honestly, like I was thinking about doing something where we just play a game together instead of doing you know, Galaxy of Heroes content just for fun, because like I had a lot of fun playing with him on Star Wars Hunters and just shooting the breeze during one of our damathons. Wow, there's a lot of events that need to happen. Good thing I can stim them. Woohoo! Goodness gracious, one of the best changes CG's ever made. Okay. Sorry, give me just 1 second, Battle Beavers. I just need to really quickly do my dailies. Which, I mean, it takes you like 5 minutes, so. But yeah, I know he's been playing Marvel Rivals. I know he's been playing some Path of Exile too. I don't own that game, but I have enjoyed, you know, Diablo before, so. If only there's a Star Wars themed MMO to play while chatting. Yeah, fair. Yeah, I'll see what he's interested in, because I'm not going to make him play a game that he's not going to enjoy, you know? Store shipments, galactic. Okay. That's wrong. Yeah. I mean, I probably should. I'll just make my life easy. There. Now I never have to remove the Millennium Falcon again. I did Galactic War. I just didn't purchase my 3. No, not the character I'm working on. That's the character I'm working on. Okay, there we go. Time for Battle Beavers. Okay, I'm guessing you are in the Discord, from what you said. Hopefully you're not lying to me. That would hurt my feelings. Okay. Oh, you're right. If all allies are bounty hunter claws. Yeah, that's so dumb. Nice, wants to Wonga. Sounds good, Heinricher. I appreciate it. I'm unlocking Darkside Ray in a day or two. What is the most important Zeta? As I only have one ready as of now. One of the few times I have more Omicrons than Zetas. If you have one for Darkside Ray, does this person have Darkside Ray? He does. I feel like it's up for debate between Don't Be Afraid of Who You Are and In Our Nature. For Omicron, which one's better to start, but I would say In Our Nature is the best Zeta, if I recall. Because that losing of turn meter is insanely helpful, and this is also the Zetas that's going to allow you to do not Secrets and Shadows. Which one is it? Places of Power Assault Battle 3-star with SLKR. So this is the Zeta and the Omicron that I would do. This is also one of the best ones for this. Yeah, I'm going to say In Our Nature, period. Okay, so Battle Beavers. Relicking J-Cal into Leviathan, then going for fronty to get my Zetas in order. I mean, solid choice. Working my TIE Echelon Star Fortress on the side. Okay, so you're basically fixing your fleets, is essentially what it sounds like. You've got a solid basis of your roster, you have the Jabba, and you're really low on Zetas, and so you're taking some time, you're getting some Zetas into your roster, as well as fixing your fleets. I think that's a fantastic idea. Honestly, I think that's great. J-Cal, great character in general, also going to help out with your guild stuff. If your guild is not Zepho ready, go find a guild that's Zepho ready now that you're getting Zepho ready, essentially. This is just painful to see, dude. You need a Relic 9 Boba Fett Scion of Django. It is vitally important. You're planning on swapping guilds soon. Okay, sounds good, Battle Beavers. I am alive, Brandon. How are you, my friend? Okay, let's see. I'm seeing some low relic levels in characters I wouldn't like to see at low relic levels. Like J-Cal, or not J-Cal, Baby Cal. Baby Cal should be like Relic 5 area. You know, I'm seeing a Relic 3 Kenobi. You know, I'm seeing a non-relic Zori. So I'm seeing some stuff to clean up, but I think the cleanup can come after what you're currently working on. So after you finish, you know, your stuff, I think some cleanup will be in order, and by then you'll have the Zetas to make some of these teams that you already have in your roster really pop. And so I think, is this the right account? I feel like I'm on the wrong account. We're gonna double check. Yes, we're on the right account. I just have to double check because so many of these accounts look so similar that it starts to throw me off, because everyone has Lightspeed bundles now, and so now every account looks the same, and so I'm like, did I type it in wrong? Okay, just making sure. But yeah, relatively close on Leviathan. Yeah, and I think that going to Leviathan and the Profundity not only are going to finish your Zetas, but it's going to allow you to fix a lot of your roster because of the Zetas. You know, get you know, your Zetas into, like, you know, all kinds of characters. Like, I'd love to see a Kiadi Mundi Zeta in here. I'd love to see you know, there's Zetas that can go in all kinds of places. You only have one on Zori. I'd like to see the other one on Zori with the Omicron. There's plenty of places to put Zetas in this account. you don't have any. So you need to fix that. And so I think you're on the right path. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, you're not wrong, Battle Beavers. Yeah, like that. Like, same thing's happening to me with Starkiller right now. I'm like, I want to give you the Relic 7. I have so much. Yeah, I get it. Best way to get a roster review free, Darth Reiki, is to go to the Discord. There's a section for roster reviews there. We are going down the list right now. Starkiller wants Relic 8. You're not wrong. I mean, technically Terran Malicos also wants the Relic 8. Attackers benefit really well from Relic 8s, but it's hard to justify a Relic 8 on anyone that's not a requirement for most accounts until you start getting into endgame. Like, I just Relic 8 my Bo-Katan just because, I mean, mommy, but... what feats does JKCK help with? Feat? Like for conquest? I don't know. Did someone mention that JKCK is helpful for feats? Very good take. Leia is a better farm than Ahsoka, Bakunawa. Okay. Yeah, it sounds like you're in a solid spot then. You have a good idea of where you're going. Yeah, I mean, at this point you're going for, like, you know, JMK and starting your way into that type of thing. After JMK, honestly, I think a lot of it comes down to just farming new content, because like Lord Vader's not really worth it. Ahsoka you could go for. It's hard to justify an Ahsoka farm, but like, yeah, it looks like you have a kind of a good solid idea for this year, and then next year it's going to be a little more up in the air. So come back to me next year, and we'll talk a bit more about it. But this year it seems like you have some solid plans. Let's take a look at your mods real quick. You're already working on your ships, and you have a good idea of what to do with your ships. So I'm not going to check your ships. Your Leia. Throw health on this if you can. Your Leia's a little slow. Especially with a speed arrow, that's a really slow Leia. Like, I'd like to see health on that last one. But you need to get your speed up on her. Over 500, over 1,000 or 10,000. Yeah, like, I'm looking at Lord Vader in the same way, but like, also it's really hard for me to justify going for him. I really want to because I love the character. Like, literally the moment they announce a lifter is the moment I go for him. Like, give me Appo. That's all I need is Appo. Give me Appo. Give me the commander that was part of the assault on the Jedi Temple. Instantly, I get Lord Vader up. Lord Vader is so good in Carbonite. And even then, everyone has a SLKR nowadays. He has his lifter, according to DG. Yeah, so does Sith Eternal. He's really not that bad. He takes away one of the most fun teams in the game just to make a viable team. The only way that you can get him to hold on defense without using a GL is to put him on a Traya team. Like, he's not fun to play. Like, yes, Ahsoka's not fun to play, but at least she beats every GL, and like, it absolutely slaps. Like, Lord Vader is like a 50-50 chance you time out against Rey. like a team where I'm worried about timing out is ridiculous. And like the whole Maul thing being used in there is painful because Maul is such a fun team. And so to break Maul out of a super fun team into an absolutely like, it's a great team, but like, yeah, everyone has Fennec from the Lightspeed bundles too. Yeah. Sorry, still have a little bit of a cold. Is it possible to also go to see which teams are countered by a specific team? Instead of what teams counter one team? Well, I remember what I was doing here. There we go. Insights, 5v5, attacking units, lead, JML. Boop, 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 boop. View battles, and there you go. It's going to be a much longer list and harder to like quantify, but you can go through and you can like you can sort it by win percentage. You know, and like do that type of thing. And so like you certainly can. It's just, I don't know. It doesn't tell you as much overall. So, yeah. Jabba counter, yeah. I mean, it's nice to have a Jabba counter, I guess. If he can do Jabba without Maul, I'd be happy. But I just giving like you either give him Maul and you finish in within the time limit, or you don't give him Maul and he has a chance at timing out on every single person, or he just gets stomped by every single person. Yeah, you can only do it with premium. I mean, that's true of most things that you can do with Swogo.gg, though. There's a who to attack tab. Let's see this. Who to attack? Is it like under someone's page? Like if we click Rsing. Gak counters. Who to attack? I don't know how this who to attack thing works. So if we looked up Ara Singh. Okay, yeah, there you go. There's a full list of everyone that Ara Singh beats. I don't know if you can filter it. Sort by win percentage. Sort by scene, so that way we have a total number of battles. And so then we'll get a more accurate representation, because this will be like, you know, what the most countered is. And there you go. Huh, there you go. There's a way of doing it. Anyways. Okay. Battle Beavers. You have 351 Mara Jade. Your Star Killer's quite fast as well. Never mind. Yes, your Star Killer's fast, but rather your drop off is really harsh. You need to work on your mod depth. Like you have some good mods on top, but the rest of your account is looking rough, and so you need to work on some mods, my friend. Just mod farming, get as much as you can. Mod wise, this is, I mean, you're taking some time and you're farming some ships and stuff. This is a great time to reevaluate your mods. Start throwing some refreshes into mods and get yourself as many mods as possible. Filter them well. If you need a filter, if you need you know, make sure you're not taking them up too far, go watch my mod farming guide, go look up Rapid Beaver mods and it'll pop up. But yeah, your mods could use some work, my friend. Like, you have First Order Officer faster than Hux. You know, Bosch Leia's up here, Giant Knight Revan's up here. Like, the top of your roster looks good for who's up here. It's just you need to get your mods in order and get some, you know, some of these other people like Dash Rendar up and Captain Rex up. But your mods need some work, my friend. Like, your Dr. Dre should be over 300 speed, and she's barely any speed. So yeah, mods. With that, Datacrons, is Riva a good Java counter? I don't know, honestly. I don't have all the Zetas for the team, and so I've never really tried Riva against any GLs. I've just thrown her on defense for as long as I've had her. As soon as I get her Zetas, I plan on taking her on offense and experimenting with her. But I don't know. You have to go look at insights. Okay, I'll figure this out later. Okay. Hey, Madness, welcome. Fair, Bakanoa. They just get it from the Fleet Arena shop. There's a reason that I suggest people go to another farm first before they go for Executor, and it's because unless you're being super diligent and you are signing in multiple times a day and you are going and checking the Fleet Arena store, you're going to take like a long time to get the executorships just because of the Razor Crest. And so there's a reason that I suggest to people that they go for another major farm first. I usually suggest Leia or Jabba. It's just, you know, it's the better way of doing it, in my opinion. Like executor rushes aren't a bad thing. Like they'll still do really well in the game. It's just gonna be rough. Heck yeah, Con Warlock. Congratulations, my friend. Okay. We are through Battle Beaver, and we are on to... Harold. Harold, are you here? I need you to sing, buddy. I need you to sing. Harold, are you there? Please sing. Hey, hark the herald angels sing. Harold, you are on the list. You are number 1. Let's go. Just finished JML looking at Leia and Inquisitor next, Riva in 3 to 4 months. Kieran Williams, welcome, my friend. Best way for you to get a roster review is to go to the Discord. There's a section for roster reviews, and we just go from top to bottom. We put in a message and we say, hey, we're gonna do some roster reviews, and we just go top to bottom. And then if anyone pays, or if anyone has a $10 membership, they can get themselves a priority roster review. No, Caribou. My ranking in Marvel Rivals has been grim. It's not doing good. I have been tanking pretty hard because, you know, I haven't been playing much. So I have not tried the Thing or the Human Torch. Yes, exactly, Madness. So you get it. I'd like to see you get an Ezra Bridger Exile, honestly. You have it in your roster, you should get that up. As soon as you're finished with your JML, I'd suggest getting your Ezra done. As for your suggestion for, you know, going for Leia next, I don't think it's a bad thing by any means. Inquisitors, you say that your Reva's in 3 to 4 months and your guild doesn't care if you get Reva shards, then yeah, put it off as much as you can. Get your Grand Inquisitor up to Relic 5 after that, after you get her. But yeah, Leia, then Profundity is going to be your next 2 farms. A lot of it, honestly, as much as I'd like to tell you, hey, go farm this, go farm that for, you know, major things, after you finish the Rebel Trinity, instead of going for JMK, this is a fairly early on roster. And has a lot that it could be working on. And I feel like instead of going for JMK, which is the natural next step after the Rebel Trinity typically, is you go for JMK. I'd like to see some roster expansion. Your roster is looking a little thin. Like, obviously Jedi Knight Revan should come up to Relic 5, your Marin should be Relic, and your Night Sister should be finished. But, like, you know, you have a Darth Malak down here, you have a General Skywalker down here. You have some teams that you've already kind of started to get ready, and I think a cleanup phase is definitely warranted. And so taking a couple months after you finish the Rebel Trinity and farming that up, as well as getting your Padawan Obi-Wan and your Qui-Gon up, getting kind of your setup towards things. So I would do some cleanup, followed by some guild farms. So Get your cleanup in, finish the teams that you have partially finished in your roster, get your Padawan Obi-Wan, your Qui-Gon up to Relic 7, then get, you know, your Zepho ready and your Bo-Katan ready, and find yourself a really good guild, and you'll be set up for success. I think that's one of the most important things you can do, and honestly, if I was looking for the best way of, you know, improving this account, that's what I'd be focusing on, is guild farms. Getting into a good guild that's Bo-Katan ready is insane. It helps so much. Your Chirotechs will skyrocket. I'm over here sitting here waiting for, you know, my my stuff. I've literally just been farming, like, I just did the Bad Batch, I just did Mace Windu. While I was getting the Gear 12 to Gear 13 for Bad Batch and Mace Windu, I have Gear 12 Adrad just on a whim. I have Gear 12 Terran Malicos on a whim. I have Gear 12 Padawan Obi-Wan and Master Qui-Gon on a whim, as I've just been waiting to get my Gear 12 to Gear 13 stuff done. And even after all of that, I still have 362 of one type of Chirotech and 379 of the other type of Chirotech. I never run out of Chirotechs anymore because I'm in a Bo-Katan guild. It is insane how much that helps. So $5 or more USD, Morgan. So if it, you know, you just gotta check what the thing is, unless you're in Brazil. Brazil, I have a special exception for of any donation, honestly, because Brazil's rough for anything when it comes to paid for stuff.
Credits will do fine.
Atticus coming in with the $4.99. Thank you, my friend. We'll do you next. Okay. We were in the middle of Herald. Right. Yeah, I think, honestly, I think that's the big thing with you, Herald, is finish the Rebel Trinity and then, honestly, guild farms and setting up your roster for success. Making sure you have as much resources as possible in your roster. And so, honestly, even if you were to take a break now, finish JML, and then do Bo-Katan, and then like Zepho ready, honestly I don't think it would be a bad thing, but you can push those out a bit. But like getting into a good guild as fast as possible is one of the best things that you can do for your roster. It is if you get into a Cairo ready guild, that means they're already Zepho ready, so you're going to be getting 70 of each Cairo, plus you're also getting a whole bunch of extra get 2 currency, or not, sorry, where is it? Get 2 currency. Like I just capped out on get 3, and you know, get 2, I'm at 24k. Like I have so much of this stuff that literally every time I open up the game, I'm able to buy these Chirotechs. And like I've literally started buying this gear as well. Like that's how much currency that you get. And so with the unlock of Zepho and the unlock of Mandalore, you not only get the 70 extra Chirotech, you're also getting a whole bunch of get 2 currency as well. So also you're getting a GL killer squad that can take down Lord Vader and JMK, and can beat most of the teams in the game. So spend that get 3. I know, okay, it's been a rough week. I know. Fine, hold on. Weekly shipment. There. Spent. Why are you not using your get 3? I couldn't spend as much as I needed to, essentially. Like I'm at a point where, you know, you look at what you can get for get 3, and it's just that's what I'm doing. Is I'm just doing these, and then I'm doing that occasionally where I go and get an extra Omicron. Like that's the only way that I actually spend enough to be able to do it. That's how much you have. If I were to log in 3 times a day, I would be able to spend all of it that I needed, and I'd have like an infinite amount of Kairos. So like it's wild. But yeah, okay. Harold, that's right. Harold, I just want to check your mods and your ships real quick, and then we'll continue forward. Okay. Modding real quick. Okay, your SLKR, very well modded. Darth Revan, modded well. Shock T being fast is really weird. Either your Shock T is modded too well, or you have a Quad May. Those are the only two reasons to have a Shock T that fast. You do not have a Quad May. Move your Shock T mods to some other person. Admiral Piet should be like, you know, in the 330s, 310 solid. Captain Rex over 300, nice. TIE Pilot being this fast, I know he has a high base speed, but do you have, nope, that's just high base speed. Okay, so it looks like there's a hard fall off like right here. That makes sense. I was like, TIE Fighter Pilot should not be that fast. It's because there's a hard fall off right there. Okay, yeah, overall your mod depth needs work. The top of your roster is looking pretty good. Your Shock T mods should go to someone else though. First Order Officer needs to be faster than Hux. You probably have some characters. I would suggest going through your squads and just making sure any squad that you're currently using on offense, the character that should be fast is fast. Oh gosh, that hurt. Okay, take a quick look at your ships. Nice. Nice. Okay, it looks like you're not sleeping on your fleets. You're taking your time and getting things up. So I'm not super worried about your fleets. But yeah, your mods could use some work. I think today's, you know, lesson of the day is, dude, mods need work. Go watch my video on mod farming. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Ugh. Who are we on? We're on Caleb Wheeler on the free side, but we also have 2 paid for roster reviews, so we're gonna do those first, obviously. So Atticus, thank you for the £9.99. Morgan Parrish, thank you for the $7.99 A. Ooh, I gotta look up what this A is. I am curious. What currency is A? Is that Australian dollar? Is that what it is? Very cool. Good to have some people from down under. Start sucking on a cop drop. Hopefully that'll help. It can Fogly, but it's not really worth worth it for me. I get enough as it is that I don't necessarily need it. I can, but I don't really need it. Okay. Let's see. Atticus just finished gearing Jabba and team thinking JML next. I mean, JML is always a good option after Jabba. Not sure what to do next. Farm for another GL fleet or finish off some of the light speed bundle squads. Obviously you're finishing your Jabba, right? You're gonna go for you're thinking JML next, so you're not totally sure. GL fleet or finish some light speed bundle squads. First things first, before you finish your before you go for JML, I want you to finish your Jabba and finish your Great Mothers. Great Mothers is way too good of a team. Yeah, finish your Morgan Elsbeth, finish your Great Mothers. First things first. I think JML's a great option. One of the best things that you could possibly do for an account is build for Conquest. Conquest is one of the single-handedly best values of any game mode, which is rough because a lot of people don't like Conquest, including me. But the JML allows you to just sling damage on characters that shouldn't be able to hit hard. He allows you to take a gear 7 character that you don't have built up at 3 stars and throw them at enemies and make it so that way you can beat those feats to say, hey, kill this many enemies with these characters. On top of that, he's a solid offensive GL. So over under invested Imperial Remnant. Yeah. To be fair though, like working towards the assault battle's never a bad thing. First red crate was Darkside Ray. Heck yeah, Atticus, keep going on those red crates. But yeah, JML is gonna help you build for conquest, help you be able to make sure you get those feats. Overall solid GL, very close to where you're at right now. Let's take a look at your rebels. Yeah, you bought the Lightspeed bundle, so like you have the Mon Mothma, you have the Lando, you basically everything you need to go for JML in no time at all. Plus it's an easy event. So yeah, fitting JML into here I think is an excellent idea. So yeah, first things first, finish out your Great Mothers and get them done. Then yes, I think going for JML is an excellent idea. Let's take a look at your ships overall and see if your ships, I'm already worried. Okay, you have that at least. Not finished. Not finished. Yeah, I would say JML then a Profundity or Leviathan would go a long ways because your fleets are looking rough and you need to finish your First Order and your Resistance fleet. Like, yeah. Even if you're just slinging this fleet against the Executor to take down the Punishing one, it's going to be helpful to you. But like, you need to finish that TIE Echelon. The Special Forces, it's literally just a shop farm. You don't even have to do anything to farm it. It's just a shop. So like, sling some currency over that way. Get that finished. Are you in a guild that's currently getting Reva shards? Hey ADP, welcome my friend. The difference between Conquest Pass and Conquest Pass Plus is Conquest Pass Plus gives you an additional set of proving grounds. So not just like one refresh, but like an additional full set of proving grounds for the day before proving grounds runs, as well as it makes it so your energy regens faster and you can move data disks for free. About 30. So how far off are you from getting Reva? Did anyone else see that? Oh. Still need 250-ish. So yeah, don't bother with your Grand Quester. Leave him where he is. Unless your guild's like requiring requiring Reva ready, then obviously work on them, but getting Zephyr ready now. Finish JKCK, so ready for the next route. Perfect. My heart. Finish your Great Mothers. And then before you go for JML, finish your Star Killer. Finish your Star Killer, dude. Like, literally all this needs is one Omicron and it can beat Rey. Like, this is such a good character. This is not a character that you leave down in the bottom of your roster. Like, that's rough to see. So, finish Great Mothers, then finish your Star Killer. And then go for JML. And then after JML, I'd suggest a meta fleet. I'd probably say Profundity, but you could do Leviathan if you really wanted to push for it, but you're going to have Malgus by then. If not, Profundity. Another GL ship's going to help because your ships are looking shoddy. In general, work on your tanks for your fleets. You need your Echelon done. You need your Star Fortress done. Half-modded Star Killer isn't real, it can't hurt you. But yeah, and then you're gonna circle around, and you're going to at that point go for Leia, you know. Oh gosh, that hurt to see. That hurt to see. Malak unlocks or Malgus unlocks in 1 week. Fury class in 2 months. Yeah, so you can work on Leviathan if you so choose. Just keep in mind, I always got to warn people with this. It is not a great fleet at 4 stars. So you're going to want to save up crystals hardcore to bring it up to 7 stars. So if you're planning on Leviathan, start saving crystals today. If you're not planning on Leviathan, you can of course go for something like Profundity, and it'll be good at 4 stars, 5 stars, and be solid and do some stuff for you. I'd still suggest saving up crystals, but it's not as important. But focusing down your fleets, I think, is vitally important for a lot of accounts right now, just because of Zeta crunch and that type of thing, as well as, you know, you're given a lot of a fleet, but you're not given the tanks in any of these fleets, and the tanks are usually the most important part of a fleet, because otherwise your attackers just get destroyed immediately, and your attackers are vital in every fleet. So and you didn't have the resistance lightspeed bundles, right? Scratch everything I said. Finish Jabba. Hold on. You said you're already getting red crate for conquest. Getting red crate for conquest. Great Mothers. Finish them up. Star Killer. Ray. JML. After Ray, Ben. You finish Ray, you get Ben, then JML. Do that tongue twister thing again. You're 2 characters away from Ray. And you get a 2-star Zori in here, and the event's super, super easy. This is another GL. What about your UFOs? Yeah, no, I saw the Ben. I saw the Ben, but I just assumed you didn't have the resistance lightspeed bundle because you didn't put it in here as like a possible thing to farm. And so I just assumed you didn't have the resistance lightspeed bundles. And so yeah, I saw the Ben and just assumed that you didn't have a reason to get him up, but you have a reason to get him up. And so that's why I'm saying finish your Jabba, do your Great Mothers, and then Star Killer, and then you're going to do Ray, then Ben, then JML. Does Ben fit anywhere pre-Ray? You can throw him with a JTR, but I don't think it does much. You got Hermit Ezra too. Hermit Ezra is fantastic. And once you build Ray, you can build him then, or once you build JML, you can build him then, or you can build him right now, because with Jedi Knight Revan and Jedi Knight Luke, he can beat Jabba with full banners in 5v5 and 3v3. So like, you have some great characters in your roster, but I feel like you're sleeping on so many. Don't go just chasing the new big stuff. Make sure you're finishing the stuff in your roster. So finish your Great Mothers, finish your Star Killer, go and get yourself a Ray, finish your Ben, then, you know, do that type of stuff. Ignore new stuff for now. Conquest, yes. Conquest, yes. Other new characters and new things, leave it for a while. It's going to be more important for you to fill in the holes in your roster now than to go for the new things. And, you know, as time goes on, the new things are going to become easier to get. The fact that you have a Jar Jar is actually worrying in an account, because Jar Jar is now pretty much worthless in the game. You know, as soon as this raid goes away, he's no longer viable. You know, you get him and he's countered by a whole bunch of stuff. Like Jar Jar is the one of the biggest regrets for new characters that I've gone for I've ever had. Even now, like right now, I'm not pushing for Bad Batch. I'm not going to be pushing for the Jedi Vanguard on my account. I'm not pushing new stuff because I'm harming my account by pushing for new things. Arnold's free-to-play account has me beat by a extra GL and an extra GL ship, and his account started 3 months before mine. But it doesn't matter. He's free to play, and he has up on me a GL and a ship. I spent $600 to get Jar Jar day one. I spent $1,000 to get Ahsoka day one. And yet I'm down a GL and down a GL ship behind his free-to-play. Like, it harms your account to actively go for new content. Yes, there is certain new content to go for, like GL ships. GL ships can give you an edge to push you into Kyber and get you more crystals. The investment's worth it, and there's ways to cheese your way into GL ship events. But in general, most new content is going to harm your roster going for it, because by the time that I got Ahsoka, I could have had Jabba, Leia, and Profundity done in the time that it took me to get to Ahsoka. That's how much Ahsoka harmed my farming. So, do not focus on the new stuff. Finish what you currently have in your roster and keep going. Finish to Relic 5 or Relic 7. Define what you're talking about. I don't know what we're talking about at this point, because we've been going over basically everything. How does forgoing potential future raid teams hurt you? How does forgoing potential future raid teams hurt you? Potential. 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 We don't know anything about the new raid. It could be the Bad Batch that we're all, you know, not caring about. It could be the Jedi Vanguard, or it could have been the Ahsoka stuff. We still don't know, because they are not communicating a thing. And so going for new content is just going to harm you, and especially because there's old content in every raid that can help you out. In the Crate Dragon raid, we had Jedi Knight Revan and the Scoundrels that you could utilize to be able to get a score. In, you know, you didn't have to go for Leia for the Endor raid. In this new raid, sure, the Jedi and the Separatists, you know, you didn't have to go for the Gungans. People like me who don't like it. I mean, they're okay in the territory battle. If you high relic them, sure, they're great in territory battles. But like, I don't see a point in any other part of the game to high relic, you know, them except for the raid, and you could get a raid score without pushing new content. So, like at Relic 5, they barely do Coruscant for me. They barely, like, I typically only get to tier 2. I never finished tier 2 in Coruscant. JML, R2, or Chewbacca both out. Wait, who should get relics first for JML? R2 or Chewbacca? Both at Relic 3. Chewbacca, just because he's on a better team. So I'd get your Chewbacca up to Relic 6 before I'd get your R2 up to Relic 7. R2 was the last character I got relicked on that whole journey. Yeah, like, I'm not willing to Relic 7 my Gungans. They don't lead anywhere. They don't have any other farms they share with them. They're a team that are in and of themselves by themselves. You farm them up to get Jar Jar, and then after that, there's no reason to have them besides the raid. And once the raid goes away, they're just going to be a team that can be beaten on defense by Phoenix Krex. I beat a Relic 5 across the board Jar Jar team with Krex at Gear 12. The whole team was Gear 12. I think Krex was Relic 3, and the rest of the team was Gear 12 on my free-to-play account. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back, where I was like, wow, this is actually not a great team on defense. And on offense, sure, it kills a couple GLs, but you're pushing into a farm that's not going to actually go anywhere, basically. Jar Jar's good on offense. Like, he beats some teams. He beats some top teams. But, like, I don't know. It's just literally 5 Kyrotech characters for a semi-good team is not a good thing at all, especially when it's just his team. Dude, Zalbar. I'm excited for Zalbar. I can't wait to get that Omicron. But yeah, new content is not nearly as important as fixing your roster. If you chase nothing but new content, you're just going to harm your roster. Chasing new content is something that CG's trying to push us into. Very much so, but it's just going to end up harming your roster. Jar Jar's more powerful than Afra once the rating on. Yeah, I mean, Afra is the lowest valued farm in this entire list for me. Like, I don't know. Everything else either leads somewhere or has some reason. Afra is just one that I don't think I'll ever do. I couldn't even justify the $50 for this. Like, saying something's better than Afra is not saying much. Chasing Punishing One is not chasing new content. That's helping old content. Getting a lifter for something is not considered chasing new content to me. I'm talking about you're chasing a new GL, you're chasing a new team, you're chasing all that type of stuff. If you're chasing a lifter for something you already have or you're working towards, then yeah, absolutely. Like, you know, getting Zori for your Finn team was an obvious choice for anyone that had Ray at the time. Like, a lifter, I do not count as chasing new content by any means. So let's punch the air that they didn't get Afro likes people just because it's not it's a Datacron. I don't care. Con Warlock, we get that you had a PP for Jar Jar. We get it. It's great. I'm glad you got it for yourself. It's not a farm I'm ever going to suggest to people. It's just not. I wish it was. Don't get me wrong. I love the Gungans, and I want to say that they, you know, are amazing, and I want to say that I really don't regret the $600, but I regret the $600. I do. It went from a team being like, wow, with the Datacrons, this is insane. This team's so great, to being like, this is a very subpar team. And it can beat some stuff on offense, and that's about it. It's a self-contained farm that doesn't really lead anywhere. If they were to, like, literally all they have to do to make it a team that I can suggest to people is make a GL where the requirements include Jar Jar, or the requirements include Boss Nass. Well, that's all they got to do, and then all of a sudden I can actually suggest it to people. But because it's a self-contained farm that doesn't lead anywhere and is just subpar, it can't be suggested to people. That's true. Okay, I take back everything I just said. Farm Gungans right now, the Galactic Challenge Omicron is the most important Omicron in the game, and everyone should have it. You know, there's a reason that I have the Omicron, and it's not at all because someone paid me to put it on. Yeah, happily, you're not wrong. Where are we on reviews? We're at the top of the list as always. I just delete whoever we do. But yeah, focus on filling up your fixing your farms, Atticus. Don't go for new content. Finish up your as I said. Sorry, my throat's starting to kill me. Finish up your Great Mothers, finish up your Star Killer, get yourself a Rey, get yourself a Ben, a Hezra, then go for JML, and then, you know, from JML, stay in the Rebel Trinity. You're going to get the Profundity, then the Leia. Oh my gosh. Throat's killing me. Are any Zetas needed for Star Killer? No, they are not needed to do most of what he does. If I were to suggest... I would say 2 Omicrons are basically what you need, because he doesn't lock his abilities behind Omicron or behind Zetas. And so if you get the Omicron on his unique, the Omicron on his second special, and then the Omicron on Juhani, all of a sudden you can use them in Territory War and, you know, GAC, all you need. He has some Zetas that are going to be really solid, but they aren't technically needed. So, couple Omicrons, and you can use them in every game mode that's necessary. Boss Nass capital ship win, yeah. Ooh, I wish. Yeah, and that's the thing, Con Warlock, is like to get into Chromium, that's what you need is like 1 or 2 solid teams. You know, I got into Chromium with SLKR. A lot of people allowed Lord Vader because they got him into Erodium, because a lot of people way back when did not have a Lord Vader counter early on. Now everyone has SLKR thanks to Lightspeed bundles, and so he's become even more devalued. But like, you know, there's people can appreciate a character where, well, there still aren't a good farm for most people, and it's a PP for you, that's fine, and you're getting use out of it, that's great. It's not a garbage team. It's not like, you know, it's not like Cup. It's just not, should not be prioritized by most people, especially now. If it had been like the first couple of months of the raid and people were like, I want to go for Jar Jar, yes, you know, people that wanted to go for it, I was like, sure, if it's PP for you, you want to go for it, because it's going to help you throughout the raid and you'll get your uses out of it. At this point, there's not really a point to farming them. Yes to both, Yotter. This is like our average amount of time streaming, Yotter. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, for the event? I didn't do it with any Zetas. I didn't have any Zetas on Dash. In fact, I think the only one I've added Zetas to since the event is Mara. Not you. You sleep. No, I think I put one on Talon as well. But yeah, no, I didn't do any Zetas. Which are you on? We're on Caleb Wheeler, but we have another paid for one. Hold on. And then we'll start busting through free ones as fast as we can. Because all the free ones will do 5-minute roster reviews, and I'll put on my my 5-minute timer. We'll get through as many as we can. We just had a lot of paid for roster reviews today. Okay, next up we have Morgan Parrish, working on Jabba now and is trying to fill holes such as JKRDR. Is there any other teams I should finish in between Jabba and JML? Okay, let's take a look. You don't necessarily have anything that's like vitally important between those two farms. I would suggest you finish your Jabba and then you get your, if you can afford a Zeta and an Omicron, throw it on Savage. This is a one-man team. And since you already have it 7-star in Gear 12, I don't think it'd be a bad idea to get him up to Relic 5, give him a Zeta and an Omicron. But besides that, I mean, I don't know, you're kind of at the point where I want you to just push and keep farming your big projects, because until you're at a point where you need more, you can kind of just keep going. So I don't necessarily think that there's anything in here that I'm like, oh, you need to do this between farms. Like, yeah, Darth Revan's going to be solid, not as solid as getting Jabba faster, but like it's going to be solid. But you have enough Lightspeed bundles and things that you have a solid basis to your account. And I'd rather see you push for the Jabba and the JML than, kind of finishing some of the stuff down here, because, there's not a whole lot here that's super, super good offhand besides like a Traya team and the Darth Revan team. The rest can wait for quite a bit in the future. Let's take a quick look here. Mods. 330 on Mara for an account like this is solid. Resistance 0. Finn could use some extra speed. Try to get him in that same area as Mara. Dark Killer being this fast, solid. Overall, your mods could use work, but that's true of basically everyone. Over 500, almost over 10,000, so I'll give you a pass on that. 551. There's a McDonald's in the Pentagon. I wonder if that's to stop the accumulation of I'm trying to remember what it's called. There's a word for it, but basically to stop essentially people from knowing whether or not that we are planning for a operation or war, because like, you know, people knew that we were going to war at one point. I think it was like during Iraq. Just because pizzas all over and pizza places all over in the area were called for pizzas, and so like, oh, people have to stay in the Pentagon for whatever they're doing. So I wonder if it was just to prevent that. Anyways, off topic, but you know, overall your mods could use work. That's true of everything, but put a couple refreshes into mods. You probably don't have the Zetas for this team. And so like, I'm not going to suggest you finish it until you can afford the Zetas, and that's going to be at least after Jabba. And so I'd say push it off. First order officers faster than Hux. It looks like you have a fairly good grasp on who should be fast. So I'm not super worried about that. Qui-Gon, I do think you should move this over to offense mods and not speed mods. You want Anakin fast on this team. You're obviously going to give him offense or crit damage mods for Jedi Knight Anakin and Ki-Adi-Mundi, but you want them as fast as possible because their speed does equal offense. Sorry about all other allies instead gain offense equal to 30 times their speed. So you do get a ton of offense from that. But for Qui-Gon himself, he doesn't get that. That's all other allies. Qui-Gon instead, when he's defeated, all allies gain 400% of Qui-Gon's offense. And so you actually want him built for offense and not speed. So I do suggest switching out your Qui-Gon's mods a bit. Jedi Knight Revan, I'd like to see faster. Captain Rex, I'd like to see faster. Overall, I think a lot of this is just some work on your mods. Han Solo, I'd like to see faster. But yeah, just work on your mods a bit. Let's take a quick look at your ships. Iron Deer, thank you for the 10 Canadian, my friend. We will do you next. Okay. Solid job working on the punishing one. My brain froze there for a second. Overall, I'm not actually super worried about your ships. It looks like you're working on them. So... 6-star fully ascended Crusader. I have no idea what Crusader is. Crusader. Isn't that one of like the crap rares? Maybe I'm crazy. An uncommon knight. Oof, that's rough, dude. They don't even get anything for ascending that character. That hurts. That hurts. So we're on them more now. Okay, sweet. Yeah, I honestly, I don't see, like, your mods need work, but you look like you have a level head on your shoulders. You kind of know where you're going. You know, and I think that you're in a solid place. I think you're taking a little too much time on your Lightspeed bundles. I think you need to leave some of them behind, like, you know, leaving the gas team as it is. You have a Relic 5 gas. That's not great right now because you don't have a gas team, but you drop the 2 unique Zetas. You drop the 2 unique Zetas on him. He's going to do good on any Jedi team. He'll be working with your Jedi Master Luke, your Jedi Knight Revan, doing that type of stuff. But, like, you know, I just continue on your farms. I don't think it's super important that you finish a lot of your farms for just now. Gas was for a road assignment? Perfect. Okay. Then, yeah, push off the gas team in general, but do drop some Zetas on him when you have some time, especially after you get JML, just to make him a really solid character to support your JML. But... yeah, don't worry about your gas. I wouldn't super worry about your Jedi Knight Revan. You'll build the team as you go for JML. I wouldn't super worry about the Darth Revan. You can build the Darth Revan team, but I'd say do that after Jabba. And then additionally after Jabba, Savage up to Relic 5. If you can do the Traya team, do it at some point but between Jabba and JML or after JML. But Savage Relic 5 should happen before JML immediately, just because that's a full team right there that you could have with just an Omicron. So looking like a solid account, my friend. Let's jump into Iron Deer. Okay, Iron Deer, you're kind of lost. Just got JKCK, so I should go straight to Bo-Katan Mandalore to get Ro out of the way to focus on other stuff like C or a GL ship. C. C, that's funny. Anyone focusing on C, that's rough. Just got JKCK, so I should get straight to Bo-Katan to get right out of the way. Okay, so you're basically making your roster out for success for your guild. Iron Deer, are you staying in your current guild or are you switching? No problem, Morgan. I've been thinking about making a new guide for Bo-Katan Mandalore's event because I did it from memory, and so I didn't have like the event directly in front of me, but I wanted to get it out there so people could get help. And like all of them are true. Everything I said was true, except I think that having a full breakdown and taking a step by step through tier 3 would be a solid thing to make as a video. So we're at 70% of the 25 Bo-Katan. Okay, sweet. As long as you're in a guild that's working together towards that goal, that's what matters. It's not about it's not about finding a guild if you're if you're close to it. It's finding a guild if your guild isn't, you've outgrown it and you're already building for it and no one else in your guild is building for it. That's when you switch guilds. And so if you have a guild like that, then sweet. Because we're all on a Zeta crunch due to Lightspeed bundles, and most of these guys have a Zeta that's not needed. This hurts. I thought it was going to be her basic and I would have been fine. This hurts. Don't do this. Anyone out there, don't do this. This is not good. Put the Zeta on, Iron Deer. That makes Starkiller so much easier of a counter. So much easier. Please put on that Zeta. JML, his basic is garbage. It just makes it so it critically hits. If he's using his basic, he's using his unique ability. And so it already reduces the damage to 10% of the damage that it would deal, and then deals damage equal to his protection. So critically hitting really doesn't change much because you're dealing 10% of the damage anyways. Jabba the Hutt, Crime Lord is the least important. I do suggest putting it on. Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, press the advantage if you're using him on offense. It doesn't really matter. Sorry. The Rey Zeta is it's inspired allies can't lose turn meter. And so if you don't have this on, Mara hits a stagger. And then your Rey doesn't take a turn. She never hits ultimate. She never keeps it going. And so Starkiller can just keep her controlled, keep her contained, and kill her off at his leisure. That's the one that we're looking at here. And so she'll take her first turn and she'll hit her sudden whirlwind because she's gotten down to 50% health, and then she'll never take a turn again and just die off. So that's what this Zeta does, is it prevents the stagger from removing turn meter. Well, you just made Starkiller from a 50% win rate to 80 to 90% win rate. Glurmit coming in with the raid. Thank you, my friend. Hold on, we got a thing for them.
Hi, Hondo Onaka, welcoming you to the Beaver Dam.
Okay, but yeah. So don't do that, Iron Deer. Let's see. Okay, so you're finishing up your stuff for your guild, which is solid. I like that. Let's check if there's any farms you're necessarily sleeping on. This is the first account I've seen today that I'd like to see the 501st be finished. You have a lot in here. Ooh. Okay. What do you have GL ship wise? You have Executor. GLs are solid. Honestly, you finish Bo-Katan, and I would like to see a 2 to 3 month break. You have a Captain Rex I'd like to see relic. You have a Zori I'd like to see relic. You have 501st that have Zetas that I'd like to see relic. You have a Marin that's sitting here at Gear 12 that I'd like to see relic. You have a Jedi Knight Revan sitting here that I'd like to see relic. You have an entire Sith Empire team. So honestly, what I would do is I'd take a 3 month break, finish some farms, and then work on Leviathan. That's probably what I'd work on. How did you get the raid notification sound? That is the original voice actor for Hondo Ohnaka. I met him at FanX, and I explained the channel to him. I showed it to him and his wife, and I was like, hey, I was wondering if you'd be willing to say this line, and I could use it on stream. I'm not going to use it to, like, you know, promote my content or anything. I'm just going to use it for fun during streams, like when people jump in and that type of stuff, and it just as like a little fun thing for my viewers. And he was like, oh yeah, I'd be down to do that. So that's not AI or anything. That is Jim Cummings actually saying that at FanX for me and letting me record it, which is why you can hear the fuzziness of all the people around. He is the voice actor for Winnie the Pooh. You are correct. He does a ton of voice acting. He does so many voices, dude. But yeah. Okay. But yeah, that's what I would suggest for this account. I think that you have way too many good things in your account, and I think you need to take a break and fill out some of these big things because you have a solid basis of GLs. I think you need to fill out the other part, especially with a Relic General Skywalker at Relic 8. Like, finish that 501st. So I think taking a couple month break, finishing that kind of stuff, and then going for Leviathan might be your best bet. Now, then again, if you don't have Malgus, go for the Profundity. But either way, I think a GL ship is next. Yeah, dude, I wish D. Bradley Baker had been at FanX. That would be really cool. There was 2 voice actors for three? 3. There was 3 voice actors at FanX for Star Wars. I only got to meet one of them because the lines were really long. Jim Cummings. C-3PO was there, but yeah, I didn't go talk to him. His line was massive. The voice actor for Sabine was there, but she didn't market that she was the voice actor for Sabine. Like, you look at, you know, when you walk up, it'll have like pictures of what they do and stuff, and she had like a whole bunch of TV shows, live action TV shows that she did, but she didn't have Sabine on there. I was like, oh, you would have had so many people coming up for signatures if you'd put Sabine on there. But yeah, and then the guy who plays Cad Bane was also there. Oh, just dying a little bit, Vonrad. Malgus is kind of close, and that's fine. You know, obviously we're looking at, you know, you're finishing Bo-Katan, so that's going to take you a little while, and then you're going to spend a couple months finishing some farms in your roster, so that'll be a couple months. So maybe by the time that you finish all of that, you will have Malgus, and then you can start working on it, and you can kind of decide as you go. Can't believe they didn't give you your own booth, Beaver. Honestly, if we have enough people who are gonna go to like Star Wars Celebration or FanX, I'm not gonna get a booth or anything, but I'd be down to meet up with you guys at like FanX or Star Wars Celebration one of these years and just, you know, hang out. I think it'd be so much fun. But I actually did quite a bit of, like, you know, connections and stuff, and like talking to people about the channel at FanX, which was really cool. There was a lot of fun networking. Let's see. Where is this? Lost it. Hold on. There we go. Okay. And then we'll take a quick look at your mods and then we'll call it. Always check Ray over 500. Not quite over 10,000. Switch one of these to not even switch it to offense. You could switch you could switch this one to offense certainly, but you could also just find one that has some better offense primaries. These are pretty close, so just push it over that 10,000 damage mark to help it out. But yeah, like even if you increase the speed on the mods a bit and then go and get the arrow over to offense, I think that would also fix your problem. JML. You have him in the right speed spot, but that's going to be a speed arrow. Protection, protection, protection. I'd like to see a protection arrow right here. SLKR. 566. I'd like crit damage on the triangle, but for now, offense is a solid choice. 538. Defense, health, protection, speed. If you can switch these other ones to health, it's going to be nice. And then this corner one, I'd actually suggest tenacity, but the health is not necessarily a bad thing. I prefer the tenacity. It stops some stuff that can happen, because the harder it is to get like healing immunity on him, the better, because he's really, really beefy. And so if you can force them to 2-shot or even 3-shot because they can't land a healing immunity, then it's all the better. 327 for Finn, 296 for Ahsoka. Looks like you have a good knowledge of who should be fast in an account, although I'd like to see Bosk right next to Grief Karga. He needs to be 1 speed faster than Grief Karga, even if Grief Karga needs to drop a bit. Make sure Bosk is 1 speed faster than Grief Karga. Bosk takes a turn, hits his last ability, then Grief Karga takes a turn, hits his mass assist, then Bosk instantly gets a turn, hits his mass assist, and you have contract. That is how that's supposed to work. Solid speed on Darth Bane. That is like the perfect spot for Darth Bane. Solid. Overall, your mods could use work, as most Lightspeed bundle accounts, but overall, you're looking pretty good. Hux, First Order Officer, where is he? Oh, First Order Officer faster than Hux, not as important now that you have Darkseid Ray, but still something you should look at. Use Grief Bailey with Fennec to counter Lord Vader. I mean, still not a bad thing to have a fast boss, especially if you don't have a Lord Vader on defense that you're seeing and you're gonna go out for it. Oh gosh. We're gonna try and get through as many roster reviews as we can here, but like my throat's starting to die on me. Oh. It's starting to get to the point where it's like I'm going to be coughing constantly. I'm going to get another glass of water real quick and then we can continue. But, yeah. Mods look solid. Just kind of keep working on them. For your ships, your First Order needs a tank. Your Galactic Republic needs a tank. Your Resistance needs a tank and a comeuppance. So work on your fleets, dude. Work on your tanks. They need them. Is the SLKR unique Zeta any good? It's solid on defense. If you're not on defense, then it's not really important at all. So it's skippable for sure. Wishy-washy. Okay, who are we on for free roster reviews? We are on Caleb Wheeler. So we will start with Caleb Wheeler here as soon as I get back. I am actually going to throw another battle on for Conquest while I run and grab a drink of water, and Mara will keep you guys company. The Bane. Chair. Sit. Okay, go. Got it. Yeah, I don't know. That was kind of weird. It does that every once in a while when you switch from 1 times to 4 times. Okay. Farming Riva, then farming for Jabba, but no clue what to do after. I don't think any of our mods are here, so I'm gonna have to ban that bot. There we go. Mara is the best streamer. You know it, Bobo. I could go get JKCK, CE Revens, maybe Jocasta New or Profundity. What do you think? I mean, Jocasta New, we don't know what she can do. We don't have any idea where she's going to be, and her team that she's supposed to go with is a new team, so I'm not going to suggest you farm for Jocasta New. You said Jabba, which is solid. Once you have Jabba in your roster, you're kind of in a really good spot. So I'd make sure that you take some time and clean up your roster. Get yourself your Zori and your Darth Treya done, and that type of thing. You know, you're farming Inquisitors, as you said. But I want you to take some time and finish your Sith Triumvirate team, finish your Zori team, finish the holes that you have down here if you have any left over, like maybe Relic your Mandalorian, that type of thing. And then honestly, Profundity's a solid choice. JKCK is a solid choice. I feel like going for the guild farms might be your best bet. I think going for Zepho ready and Mando ready might be your best bet. And if you have a JKCK PP, which is, he's one of the biggest PPs in the game, then like, yeah, go for it. Like, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I do think a new GL ship going into your roster is going to be important. So like, you have the Mando ready, getting the Zepho ready done, making sure you're in a guild for that. Going and getting Leviathan though. Where's your Sith Empire? Yeah. Profundity, yes. The Revens, I mean, if you don't have Jedi Knight Revan, yes. So yeah, I don't know. I think that after you finish your Jabba, taking some time and filling in some holes, including getting a Jedi Knight Revan in your roster, is definitely a good, solid idea. I think that's going to be something big for you. Jocasta Do, I don't care for. If you squint really hard, my gray turns to blue. It makes me a mod. So yeah, JKCK I think is a solid thing. Jedi Knight Revan I think is necessary for anyone with Jedi Knight or Jedi Master Luke. Like, the fact that you don't have Jedi Knight Revan is surprising. Darth Revan, if you have a PP for it, go for it. But otherwise, I would work on it when you get towards, like, having a Malchus in your account. C? Sure. C could be a good thing down the road. I would probably get the Profundity first. So if I were to give you, like, an overall farming order, I'd want to do finish Riva, obviously, farm for Jabba, and then after that, I'd probably do JKCK and get Zepho ready, and then do Jedi Knight Revan. Actually, scratch that, swap it. Jedi Knight Revan, JKCK. And then Profundity, and then I would probably do Sith Eternal, and then either JMK or Leviathan, just depending on kind of where you're at with everything. You you almost have a Malevolence fleet finished. Finish your Malevolence fleet. You almost have a Resistance fleet finished. Finish your Resistance fleet. You almost have a Rebel Y-Wing and a Rebel fleet finished. Finish your Rebel fleet. That hurts that so many of your fleets are so close to being done. Make sure you're working on fleets as you work on those things. Then I think taking a break on your major farms and working on your characters after Jabba is going to give you that time to finish up some of your fleets as well. So, let's take a quick look at your mods. 585, Ray, 522, is G over the 10,000? G is over the 10,000. IG-12 and Grogu being your fastest is such a weird thing. Resistance 0 Finn, how's he doing? 328. Looks like your mods overall are pretty solid. Over 300 speed on Posh Leia. First Order Officer faster than Hux. Your Grand Inquisitor could use speed, but you know, he's also not fully leveled up. Yeah, looks like you have a pretty good knowledge of who should be fast, and your mods are looking pretty good. Nothing too crazy in here that I'm seeing. I'd like to see Han Solo faster. That's honestly about it. We got RB Black next. RB Black, are you here? Is this like the is his name Shadow the Hedgehog? Is this the Shadow to my Sonic? I'm RB and you're RB Black. Okay, so if you are the opposite of me, then you farmed Lord Vader first. Ryan Young, welcome to the damn community, my friend. Nope, no Lord Vader. It's my initials too, RB, we match. It's the Pepsi Max of Rabbit Beaver. Oh gosh, does anyone remember Mountain Dew Black Label? Does anyone remember this stuff? This stuff right here, the Mountain Dew Black Label. Does anyone remember this stuff? It tasted kind of like like the. It tasted kind of like the Martinelli Sparkling Apple Cranberry. Like, this stuff was phenomenal. I love this stuff. I'm so sad it's gone. Anyways. Yeah, Boogie, I'm feeling better now, but yeah, I have not been doing good, and even now, I mean, my voice is starting to die on me, and I'm starting to cough really hard. Okay. Close to Leia, going for that next, then Jabba, then JML. Interesting that you went Leia first. Okay, sounds good, troopers. I'm doing better, but I'm coughing like crazy. Go ahead and DM me and I'll take a look at it. Close to Leia, go for that next. Then Jabba, then JML. Bo-Katan, Mandalorian Inquisitors need to be done by the end of the year. Wreck by Guild. Okay. I mean, that's 9 months. I mean, 9 months will go fast, but hey. It's 9 months, so you got time. Bo-Katan and Inquisitors. You bought the Inquisitor Lightspeed bundle. Okay, so that's not bad. That's super easy. GL Trio, probably will be very close after that. Okay, honestly, I'm gonna say it now. I don't care that you broke your elbow. No. Honestly, I see no problems with your overall farming plan except for one thing, and that's the fact that your Savage is not Relic 5. If you Relic 5 your Savage and give him 6 dot mods, with your Gear 12 Treya, he could beat JML. On his own, he can beat basically, you know, CLS and all kinds of teams. Like this, that hurts. Can anyone that's a member in the chat... Can anyone in the chat that's a member please spam the Relic Savage emoji? Ugh. Oh gosh. But yeah, so I think relicking the Savage needs to come sooner rather than later, but overall I think your farming plan is solid. I would add an addendum, which is, you know, obviously you've mentioned that you're gonna be doing the Sith trio. I'd like to see that at some point sooner rather than later, doing a little bit of cleanup, maybe between Jabba and JML. Or, you know, if you want to wait as long as after JML, you certainly can. But after Jabba is always an excellent time to take a break and finish some of these farms, because you have some great characters in here that could be utilized. But yeah. I haven't relocked my Savage because I literally can't afford his data. Yeah, and honestly, that's fine. Like when people do, gosh dang it, my lights glitchy again. Stop doing that. Set up my lighting for a specific way. Stop freaking out. But yeah, no, overall, I don't see a really big problem with your farming path. In fact, it's usually what I suggest to people in your spot. The only thing that could change that is if you didn't have like a GL ship or, you know. Oh. Oh, I missed the speed. Okay, we're good. That scared the crap out of me. Oh, that scared the... It's still a badly modded boba, but it scared the crap out of me. Oh. Oh, okay, we're good. We're good. I almost just... Yeah, okay. I almost just lost my mind. Sounds good, Heinrich. I mean, I'm only going to stream for like another 10 to 15 minutes because my throat's starting to go crazy, so I don't know if I'll even get to you, but I'm going to try my best. 289. So overall, your mods do need work, but it's not as bad as I was expecting, which is good. Seriously, Madness, you're not wrong, dude. I could use a GPS for my mind. Sounds good, Heinricher. Is the resistance hero Finn unique? Good. Yes, it is really solid. It's really solid. I really enjoy it. R2 has the mods that'll go on Leia. I mean, a little on the slow side, but they're a solid start. They're a little on the slow side for the GL, but the primaries are correct and everything. So. Overall, yeah, just some mod depth will go a long way, and I think Java is going to help a lot with that. So getting Java as soon as possible is definitely something to do. Gonna do some more slicing? Sounds good, yeah. These, like, you've got a lot of characters that could use some speed, like Bosk and Grief Karga being down here is rough. You know, you have First Order Officer not faster than Hux, and especially when you have don't have a Dr. Dre, that is vitally important. Like to see your Han Solo faster as well. Interesting. Your Quill could use some speed too. Sounds good, troopers. Dude, I would kill for Dr. Hemlock. I'm gonna be honest. Okay, I want to check your ships just real fast. Dude, I wanted to get through so many roster reviews today, but I'm feeling a little slow, honestly. I feel out of practice or something. It's like a week of not streaming is getting to me. Okay, finish your resistance, finish your, it was your First Order, right? That was missing a star? No, something was missing a star. I think it was your Empire. I was looking at the TIE Defender. But yeah, finish your resistance. Oh, get yourself a Hyena Bomber, dude. Get that Hyena Bomber done. Get your Rebel Y-Wing done. Yeah, so work on your tanks. Work on your tanks. Get your fleets done. But yeah. Yeah, how dare you distract me, chat. I am here to do roster reviews and not sit here and be entertaining. How dare you. Yeah, dude, it honestly is. It's one of those farms that you gotta psych yourself up for, and you gotta just do it. Because you know it's gonna help your roster. Like, it was rough for me too. I had to, like, yeah, I had to farm the Hyena Bomber. I was just like, oh, this is killing me. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. But because there's no character on it. It's just the ship. But hey, that fleet is one of the best cleanup fleets I've ever farmed. It is great on defense. It's great on offense. It is an A-tier fleet across the board. I love that fleet. You got to do it. Why start being entertaining now? Yeah, exactly. I've never been entertaining before, so why be entertaining now? Fair point. Okay, Shack Dag, your turn. Shack Dag, are you here? Shack Dag. Oh, sorry. I'm being too entertaining. Hold on. There we go. Jack Dag. Roster review. Just wondering what Zetas to go for and what order to put them in before I go for JML. Well, you have a pretty well-defined roster here. Immediately, I'm already seeing an overinvested and underinvested Hondo that I'd like to see go up. You could invest Zetas in quite a few different places, but it looks like you have a lot of overinvested and underinvested characters that I'd almost rather you go farm. But getting into the Rebel Trinity is very important. So, I don't know. Maybe that should be the best thing. It's like you could totally put more Zetas on, like you could put one on B2 but that would only require that you have a General Grievous in your account, which you don't, so you don't have really a reason. So a lot of your status, I'd rather you wait until you can take the time and focus on those things. So yeah, for now, just keep moving on. If you're going to break into the Rebel Trinity, then break into it hard, get the JML, get the Chaba, but you need a 3-month break hardcore. The 3-month break needs to happen. So you have a lot to finish, and I want you to get to that 3-month break sooner rather than later. I honestly would do it before. I would stop right now, and I would go and I would take a 3-month break and just farm. Do nothing else besides just farm up the characters and teams that you already have, but long before you go for JML, because you have way too much invested into these characters without taking them up. So your fleets could use a lot of work. I am saddened by your fleets, and your fleets need a lot of work. I would say 6 months. Takes 3 to 6 months. Finish farms. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Anyways. Boy, chat treats streamers during a roster review time is like Michael Jordan in Space Jam when he's chained up signing autographs. It's been too long since I've watched Space Jam. I actually don't remember that. Level is 5 ships and only 3 of them need pilots who will help you. Exactly. Yeah. Like it's the Malevolence is such a easy and good farm. Put some Subway servers up to distract chat so you can do your roster reviews. That's pretty good. I don't know if we should be bored or doing the second one, Bobo. The second one. But yeah, I think this account really needs it. I don't know. It really needs time to foster growth. Like, I would like to see the other 2 Zetas on Darth Revan. You know, I'd like to see these characters just taken up. You have a ton of teams that just need some relic levels, and they'd be so great in this account. And so I'd almost rather see you do that than going for JML. And so I would highly suggest that. And your ships are looking pretty rough. And so that's what we're looking at right now, Shaq Dag. And I'm pretty sure we talked about this last time we came around. It's what needs to happen. Besides the Padme. Do TED Talks not happen anymore? Boogie, are you saying TED Talks aren't a thing anymore? Hold on. Hold on. Do I know what a TED Talk is? Not necessarily. Have I watched a lot of them? Yes. Oh my gosh, all of these are like 6 years ago. No, here we go. TED Talk, 2 days ago. Okay, I'm not crazy. TED Talks are still happening. But it looks like every single one's about AI for some reason. Like the one from 2 days ago. Can AI match the human brain? 3 days ago. Love, trust, and marketing in the age of AI. Wow, I'd hate to watch TED Talks nowadays. We got Talk Tua now. Okay. This is gonna be the last one for today just because my throat is starting to get really scratchy. In fact, one of my favorite videos was spawned by a couple TED Talks. So spawned by an overall concept in my mind that I had in my brain. And then I was like, I want some quotes that can conceptualize what I'm thinking and how I'm feeling and what I think about the world right now. And so I need to find some quotes from some people because like just saying stuff myself, I don't think is going to be something that people are interested in, and I don't think I'm eloquent enough to say it. And so I went and listened to a whole bunch of TED Talks, read a whole bunch, and listened to a whole bunch of different stuff, and found a whole bunch of quotes and put together a video. It's one of my favorite videos I've ever made. I need all your money so I can outwhale this guy in my tournament bracket and raid. They're not in the mainstream anymore. That's fair, Boogie. That's fair. My rips are almost done. To be fair, like we did a lot of paid for roster reviews, which those ones usually take a while because I try to be thorough for paid for roster reviews, like really, really thorough. Saleya, are you here, my friend? If not, we'll be moving on, so. Your ribs are almost done. I'm jealous, Ranyan. I'm gonna go get food myself. I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten anything all day. There's Saleya. Okay. Maybe some ice cream. If only I like really loved ice cream. Ice cream's solid like once in, 3 blue moons. Okay, Saleya, let's... Ugh, goodness freaking gracious. Unlocked GL Ray. Working towards her ult. Considering going for Jabba next to fix my mods, but I'm also pretty close to Executor. Ooh. Okay, so this is an interesting question, and I think this is definitely pertinent to a lot of people right now. Now, you're pretty close to Executor. You're thinking about Jabba to fix your mods. You're working on your ult for Ray. This is a spot where a lot of Lightspeed Bundle people are in, and I think that overall, you're a good example of, something we should talk about. So, I'm so jealous, Raw Onion. Without looking at my roster, should I get JMLC or Executor? Executor every time, and we're going to talk about it right now. If you don't have a GL ship, the most important resource in this game is crystals, because crystals can get you refreshes to conquest characters. They can get you refreshes to your 7-star capital ships. They can let you finish a farm in time when you normally shouldn't. They can let you expedite your roster. I don't know. There's a word there. It makes it so your roster is expedited. It makes it so it's fast. It goes zoom. You want your roster to go zoom, and it can't go zoom without crystals. Crystals are the thing that can push your roster and make a good roster out of a crap roster. Even if you failed at making a roster, you can recover from it easy if you have crystals. So Executor is one of the most important farms in the game. If you don't have an Executor and you're close, then go for the Executor. Now, when I'm looking at a roster like this, the first thing I always look at is, okay, where are they close to, and are they close to the Executor? And so I check their ships and go to their bounty hunters, and I'm like, okay, they have a 7-star Razor Crest, Executor's the way you go. Now, if Saleya here was to have a 5-star Executor, I would say go over and finish your Jabba and then come back to this and make sure you're picking up Razor Crest shards on the way so you can be prepped for it. But because she has a 7-star Razor Crest, that means it is time for us to go fully on into the Executor. The crystals will push your roster into a better place than anything else. Mods are helpful. Assault battles are helpful. There's so many things that are helpful, but crystals run this game, and if you can increase your crystal income to any degree, especially with something like ship meta, where when you are in your fleets, you get daily crystals every single day, that's going to outweigh almost anything else you can do in this game. Plus the Executor's in a great spot, so an Executor in your account can push you into a much higher Grand Arena area, which is more daily crystals overall. So even more reason to get your Executor. So to answer your question, Saleya, go for the Executor. You're very close to the Executor, and I love the idea of Jabba next, and I think that should be your next thing, is Executor and then go into Jabba. After Jabba, You can take some time and you can finish some of your farms. You have an Afra in here. You have a CLS team in here. You have a Zori team. You have a Darth Revan. You have a Captain Rex. You have a Marin. You have a Padawan Obi-Wan and a Master Qui-Gon at Gear 12 ready to go up to Relic level. So after you finish your job, I want to see some effort in trying to fix up some of these bottom tier things. Now, that being said, I do want to make sure you remember relic your BAM. Do not leave your BAM down here after you get your Executor. I want to see him as your next relic up. But then after that, you can go straight into Jabba and not worry about this bottom area of your roster. Like, Zori will do everything you need her to do. Captain Rex will do most of what he needs to do at these levels that you have him at. You know, you can use Han Solo and Chewbacca at Gear 12 as a good cleanup team anyways. You can leave a lot of this down here for a while, and then after you finish Jabba, come back around and just finish it all. Speed. Your mods are looking a little rough overall from the very top, so I do suggest getting a couple refreshes on mod energy so that Executor's going to be able to filter crystals into mod energy, of course, and help you out there, because you mentioned that you want to fix your mods, and I do think that needs to happen. Right here, you've got a lot of health mods, it looks like, lying around, which is true of a lot of people. I want you to slowly start working on some offense mods to get into this, because a lot of characters need offense. Offense and speed mods are going to be the big ones to farm right now for you. But you know, you're going to want to try and get her, she still wants to be over 500 speed, but give her 10,000 damage. So your focus should be trying to get this damage up there. For SLKR, let's take a look. You just want speed and then basically offense here, crit damage here. So beautiful. Chef's kiss, your Supreme Leader Kylo Ren is perfect. But yeah, here you want all health for the primary stat. You want this to be health or offense. Those are the only two stats you should be seeing in here, is health or offense, because her health translates to her lifeblood and how much she gives away as bonus protection. So you want health and offense. So you want to try and get her over 10,000 damage and make sure all of her primaries here are health or offense. But yeah, overall, mods could use work. A lot of accounts are like this when it comes to Lightspeed bundles. So if you need a mod farming guide, go watch my mod farming guide. I know you're looking at Jabba, which is a solid choice to be able to fix your mods. So Executor, finish your BAM, Jabba, then cleanup time. And then while you're cleaning up, you're obviously going to be able to have even more time to focus down those mods. So looking like a solid start to an account, Saleya. Keep going, my friend. Okay, I am going to... I'm going to do my dailies real quick, and then I'm going to head out. My throat's killing me. It's a little loud. Let me turn it down. Unfortunately, my my stream deck isn't working fully, so I have to do it manually. Okay. You guys want to hear what game I've been totally hooked on while I've been sick? I recently got into a game called Total War Warhammer 3. So Total War are basically massive strategy games. And I've always loved strategy games. Like, I've always played RTSs as a kid. RTSs are real-time strategy. And so, you know, you're building your stuff at the same time as the other people, and you're trying as fast as you can to build up your empire and then throw your armies at your opponent. So like Age of Empires, Galactic Battlegrounds, Halo Wars, that type of stuff. Total War is basically turn-based, though, so you do everything you can on a turn, and then you pass your turn, and all the other factions, there's like 290 people playing at the same time, essentially. Only 8 real players if you're playing on multiplayer, but the rest of them are AI, and so you can like go and make alliances with this faction and that faction, and like make a coalition between these guys, so you don't have to worry about them, and you can focus on these guys over here. And then when it gets into the actual like battles, you end up doing you end up doing like it's an actual like an RTS battle where you know you command the armies and that type of thing, but like flanking actually matters, high ground actually matters, you know, keeping track of how your army fights is important because some factions will have ranged units and other factions will not, and, you know, but they'll be really good with cavalry, and so you want to focus down the cavalry because if you have cavalry charging, it's going to deal a lot of damage and it's going to, you know, knock people over and everything. But if you have them sit next to an enemy and fight, they're going to be much worse than regular infantry. And so like tactics are actually taken into consideration to a good degree, and I love that. And so overall, I've been kind of, you know, obsessed with it for the last, you know, week or so since I bought it. And so I've been experimenting with it, and it's been so much fun. Total War Rome a while back, yeah. Subway Surfers is the best game, obviously. No, Jetpack Joyride was my game of choice on my phone. You playing as the bull that can full clear a mortal empire in 75 turns with good RNG. Oh, are you talking about Corn? Dude, Corn is absolutely wild. Yeah, I started out with the elves, and I love ranged units. I always have. You'll find that when you watch me play video games, I tend to snipe. You know, I tend to do that type of stuff, and so like, you know, it manifested there. I was like, ooh, they have really good ranged. I'm gonna go in on this faction. So I played as the high elves, and I've been really enjoying the high elves. I just picked up the vampire lords. And so their whole thing is raising the dead. And so if you cause a massive battle, you can raise more undead from there that are better. And so you just like take a whole bunch of zombies that you start out with and then kill another faction's huge army, and then use the graveyard that you just created to essentially just farm a whole bunch of really good units and then just take over faction after faction. It feels very similar to Corn in how it plays. And then I just picked up humans as well, and humans are all about alliances, and so all of their upgrades and stuff are based around maintaining good, not intentions, but like good alliances and good faithfulness between different factions. And like you can't raise settlements and destroy them without harming your own chivalry, and so it has like a chivalry mechanic built in where you have to be honorable. So it's really interesting. Like each faction plays so completely differently. I love it. So like, you know, playing high elves and then switching to another faction doesn't feel like, oh, I'm just playing an RTS from a different direction. Each faction has its own individual way of playing. I've played Warhammer Total War since the first game's beta. Heck yeah, dude. I don't know almost anything about Warhammer. Like I've played a lot of Warhammer games recently because I've got a roommate that likes the Warhammer universe. He doesn't specifically play Warhammer like the tabletop, but he likes, you know, the Warhammer universe, and so he plays a lot of them. So I've like played Space Marine 2 that came out that everyone loved. I played Dark Tide, which was really fun. It's like Left 4 Dead, but Warhammer universe, and that one's really fun. But yeah, and then now this game, which Warhammer 40k is, you know, obviously 40,000 years after the events of what's happening in this game, Total War. So Age of War. I think I know Age of War. Oh, Age of War. This looks amazing. I love it. This looks like a flash game, like RTS. That's so interesting. Okay, I have enough energy to finish my daily. Dude, I need to get back into Baldur's Gate 3. I was playing through a playthrough of Swag Frog and Drawled, or One Tired Sith, whatever he wants to go by. Whichever of his usernames. And we were playing through it, and I was enjoying it because I've gotten to Act 3 before. but the person that I was playing through Act 3 with was went into medical school, and so, you know, he could no longer play anymore. And yeah, so I stopped playing that playthrough, and so I've been looking for a group to play with, and Swag and Drald have been playing it, and so I'm like, I want to play through it with them. Problem is, I don't have enough room on my PC with all the videos that I make and all the software that I need for doing YouTube. I just don't have the room for Baldur's Gate 3. I had to delete it for other things. And so I'm so excited to get this PC done, because this PC has a 4 terabyte hard drive in it, 4 terabyte SSD. And then I have another terabyte SSD I plan on moving from this PC over to this PC. So I'll have 5 terabytes on here, and I'll be able to download Baldur's Gate 3 and all of the games that people want to play with me. So, like, because right now I'm just balancing games. Like, I'll delete 1 and then download 2 more, and then delete 2 and then download 1, and just keep doing that over and over again. It's driving me nuts, dude. Meanwhile, I have a laptop on a Home Depot box. Yep, you start somewhere, dude. Oh, whoops. Can I get enough for this today? Do it 5 at a time, because that's the best way of doing it. There we go. We have a Relic Malicos, guys. Does he have any of his Zetas? No. Does he have any of his Omicrons? A singular one. But we have a Relic Malicos now. Heck yeah. Let's get Malicos' song in here real quick. We finally can use this song. I love this song.
We both survived the purge.
That was loud.
Forced to strike them down. And I escaped.
But yeah, I love this song, and I've wanted to use it for so long, but I haven't been able to, because we don't have Malicos. Now we have Malicos.
They want to stop it. But I conquered it. Come, kill me.
To this day, I can't beat the last difficulty of Age of War 2. I love that. Okay, Heinricher, I hate Skaven. Skaven can suck every disgusting part of my body. I hate Skaven so much. They pissed me off so bad. Because I started out as the frickin' the high elves that have the dragons, and they spawn right next to like 3 sets of Skaven. And they all just constantly annoyed the crap out of me. I despise Skaven so much. Lord Megatron, I wish I could. As soon as this stream is over, I'm grabbing more water because my throat's killing me. I appreciate you taking care of me, though, Lord Megatron. Yeah, I saw it, Troopers on break. We had a moment where I was, we were waiting on someone to respond to a roster review, and I read it, so I will respond afterwards. Oh, dude, I remember playing Flash games constantly, Apple E.
It's
I need the Relic 5. Can we get the Relic 5 here?
It's Restore Jedi order.
Light, stop that. Bad.
Jedi fell long before the purge. Stifled by tradition. Deafened by our past glories. Blinded by endless war.
I dare you to try and beat the last tier of Age of War.
It's over.
Ooh.
Totally useless.
Make that a members only stream where I stream all of Age of War 2.
I was wrong to think of it. Stand with me.
Problem with Heinricher with what else is they're all paid for. I don't have all the DLCs. Is that game even available anywhere? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, looks like there's a website for it.
Dathomir will be your praise.
Oh my gosh, there's so many ads on this website. Yeah, if I do this, I'm adding an ad blocker. Holy crap. These guys are like farming money off of ads. Holy shiz. Okay, there we go. We now have a Relic 5 Malicos. I'd like to do Relic 7, but that's as far as we can go, is a Relic 5 Malicos. Do I even have any offense mods lying around? I'm guessing he's offense health, right? Offense health with crit damage triangle and offense cross, I'm guessing, with health circle and speed triangle? Or is it offense triangle? It's probably an offense triangle. Malicos. We'll go Terran Malicos. Offense with crit damage triangle, health circle, offense cross, offense arrow. Yep, okay. I doubt I have any mods for this. I just tried to mod someone recently with offense, and I was like, I'm out of offense mods. Yeah, that is literally all I have for offense mod. That's it. Those are my only 4 offense mods in my entire roster right now. Okay. Got it. So our next thing on our list is to farm offense mods. Yeah, we basically went through all of our offense mods, farming up what is his name? JKCK. When we got JKCK up, we used all of our offense mods to get him absolutely blasted out of his mind. And so now our JKCK is, you know, sitting at a crisp 138 extra speed with some really solid mods. I ignore mods and I'm proud of it. Oof. Let's see. Yeah, hit that again. Okay, we obviously just got all of the mods that we needed. Here, we'll upgrade, sell, manage mods, select all, upgrade, reveal, select all, sell. Okay. And then we will reset to default, offense, filter mods. Only unassigned. Hey, we have some more mods. Crit avoidance, speed, offense. What's the average speed for people in Kyber? 255? How fast is he right now? Okay, without any mods on him. 149, so he needs 100 additional speed, essentially. 110, but yeah. Not great, but I'm gonna deal with it. Let's see if we can't get something good. Nope. Ooh. Oh? Oh? Oh. Okay, now we just need health mods that fit crit damage and offense. There we go. 24 to speed. Okay. Okay, no, only unassigned. I don't have a whole lot of these. I don't like these. These aren't great. These really aren't great, and I'm not willing to take one from any of those characters. This is gonna hurt, but who cares? $210 speed. No speed at all. We are literally just wantonly spending right now just for fun. Wow, those are some garbage mods. I mean, 210 isn't awful, but yeah, that's not great. Like, the only one I'm comfortable taking up to 6 dot is this one. Okay, I mean, there's our Malicos mods. Now we just gotta fix, who is it? We stole from Talon. And that's it, right? We just stole from Talon. We stole from one of our geos. No, we didn't. Just Talon. Just Talon? Anyone else? No, was it just Talon? Health. Hey, person, welcome. Yeah, that looks like to be the thing that people are doing, ADP. Just Talon, okay. We want crit damage and offense. You don't need your mod. Get out of here. There's an offense mod I could take. Is there a crit damage that anyone has? Oh, that's right. We only have like 3 people with crit damage right now. I never use my Nisa. I literally cannot remember the last time I used my Nisa, so we'll give Nisa that offense mod. Yeah, Nisa is literally just random mods. Okay. Sweet. Okay. Malicos has mods. These are where my Zetas are going next. I'm so excited to have this this team finished and have another home that we can put Starkiller with in 3v3. Luminaris for the dude. Okay. These mods are garbage. These are just mods I happen to have in my roster that I gave her. Like, and I full auto the raid every time with this team. I'm going to add in this tenacity primary and it won't change a thing. I'll still auto the raid with that team. Like, you do not need good mods on your raid team. Sounds good, Ronian. Oh, we don't even have Omega Bot. Is Omega Bot paid for? I can't remember. You know, we'll go over to, I think Nooch's server has, the bot. Auto with no mods do it? Absolutely not. Megabot. Oh gosh. It's been so long since I've done my Why is that not working? Oh, there we go. Yeah, I don't know how to read this at all. But there's mine. 5.04. I don't know what that means. Top 110, 9.81. Like, I don't know what the average is for Omega. I don't. Because I've always used C3PO personally. And so I don't know how Omega compares or anything like that. So, there you go. There's mine. What Zeta am I missing on JML? It's his basic, of course. What else would it be? Where does he put that is the question. He has so many places to go in this freaking Discord. Okay, let's see. Links and resources. Nope. Use 2 graphics, perhaps? Nope. Oh, it's a private room for content creators that I'm a part of. Who knew? Oh, members. Oh yeah, someone gifted me a membership. Dude, somehow they're allowing content creators to get memberships now. I don't know how, but like literally I've gotten a membership to like 3 different YouTube channels in the last week and a half. Oh, is it this right here? Okay, I'm at, where am I actually? 10.5. Total average is 4.2. Top 10, 110 average is 7. And the running top 110 average, I don't know what that means, is 10. So 4.2 and 7, and then where did I, right here. So I am at 5 versus the 4.2, and then I'm at 9.81 over the 7. So, yeah, this is the one I usually pay attention to is hot utils. The hot utils mod score is the one that I know about. Which my hot utils mod score has actually gone down a bit just because of how much I've inflated due to Lightspeed bundles. So yeah, they for a long time, basically if you were a channel, like if you had a channel that was like a monetized channel, YouTube wouldn't allow you to be one of the people that are gifted memberships. I don't know why they did it. I think it was just to prevent people from essentially getting ones when they aren't fans. They're just like, you know, supposed to Person, you just go to you can't go to my server, unfortunately, because I don't have Omega Bot. I'll check and make sure Omega Bot's free. If it is free, I'll add it to our server overall. If you want to do it here on our Discord and get the hot utils one, I believe all you have to do is just P report. I don't remember where our bot stuff is. Yeah. Yeah, this is what I used to use. So yeah, mod quality 3.73. This is the one that I used to use. Is C3PO. But if you want to do the one that I just did, you're gonna go to Nutra's server because we don't have a Omega Bot yet. Because you have to set up bots for your Discord. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Yes and no, Heinricher, because like the secondary stats past the speed are only important for those people who are in the top end of like Kyber. Before that, it's just more important that you have speed. So you don't understand the numbers that pop up. Essentially, I mean, I don't know what this is like comparatively for the different ones, but like it'll take like a certain amount of your characters and it's just comparing the overall average and it just assigns a number base. So like any mod that you have over 20 speed is going to have, this base number, and it's just averaging your overall score. For like any mods that don't have speed are going to be, impacting your score, lowering it. Any mods with good speed are going to improve it, and mods at the top of your roster, that's what it talks about. It's like the top 110 is, your top characters basically that you're utilizing now. What is your mod score for them? So see, AR, it's one of the big reasons why I can't get behind Marvel Strike Force is because there's no mods. I don't like Marvel Strike Force. That was a big piece of the reason why I stopped playing, is because I can't influence a battle. I can't, just because I know what I'm doing with modding on this game, I can make it so Imperial Troopers can beat Darth Revan. Normally, Imperial Troopers would never beat Darth Revan. But because I know what I'm doing and I can mod characters, I can beat Darth Revan. And so because I can influence the factors of winning battles, I love that so much. Whereas Marvel Strike Force is just a flat meta of this beats that beats this beats that. And so any team they introduce, there's not really any way of beating it. It's just, this is the meta now. And because mods exist, we can have an open meta where, we can fiddle around and we can find counters to things. All of a sudden, we know that Wampa can beat Iden Versio as long as you mod Wampa for tenacity. But if you don't mod your Wampa for tenacity, Iden Versio beats her every time. So Wampa becomes severely devalued if mods don't exist in this game. So like I much prefer the whole idea of mods. I mean, fair, Heinricher, but like that's, I don't know. I don't have a good metaphor for this, because the metaphor that immediately came to mind is one that's contextual to my life, and not necessarily contextual to anyone else's life. Let me think of another metaphor. It's like showing a child how to wheelie before they've learned how to ride a bike. Like, it's something that should be talked about, but the majority of people are not anywhere near that point, and so those who are talking about it can end up just harming them because they're trying to figure out how to do a wheelie before they can actually ride the bike. And so you end up, with them completely not learning how to ride the bike in the first place. And so then you'll find people with mods who are like, oh, but it has good secondaries. It has offense rolled 4 times, but it has no, only speed once. And so I kept it. And it's like, no. Go back, relearn, then come back to me. And so, yes, it's something that should be talked about, but it's not something that we can talk about for the majority of players that I have as viewers. If all of my viewers were end game players, we talk about it more. But my viewers are typically those mid game area, some new game players, but mostly mid game area, bought some light speed bundles, pushing into things, and they need to work on the basics of modding. So I don't know, person. I don't know how they calculate it. I have to go do some research. I am alive, Pixter. My throat is killing me, and I really need to go. But yeah, Captain Amazing's viewers are mod fanatics. Yes, you are correct. There's people out there that do a ton with that mod stuff. There's you can go watch Zareth. Zareth literally has videos that are like hours long that are mod videos. I believe Loquitter even has some. And then, Captain Amazing's whole shtick is that he's huge on mods. But for me, it's not something that's, modding is vitally important, but the secondaries and stuff are not something I can focus on because most of the people watching me need to just understand how modding basics work. And that's what I focus on to help you guys. That means the items that you're going against don't know that they can mod for potency and overcome the tenacity that your Wampa has, Arctic Gaming. Because if you mod your Iden Versio for potency, it'll overcome that tenacity that you have. So I will warn you to be careful with that, because a modded for potency Iden can take you out and keep you perma-stunned in that whole battle. Which row of text is your mod score? It's the top one. The top one is your mod score. So the one that says Omega. Omega is the one, yes. So that is your mod score according to Omega Bot, and so that's what this thing that we did. Hold on, where is it? New to graphics. This that we showed you guys, this right here that Nooch has. Here, we'll open it in browser so that way we can enlarge it. So this average right here, this is based off of that Omega score. So Omega will be this one. And then top 10 Omega is going to be this one right here. And so you'll just go, look at your mod score and look at the Omega and then look at your GP. And then, you can compare where you should be towards the average. So you always want to be above the average in general. Like right now, my mod score is a 5, which means that I have a mod score that's equal to the average at 12.5 mil. Heck yeah, Rowan. That's what I like to hear. Yes, even if your Wampa has 100k health, you literally just get stun locked. So the match starts off with you in stun. You never get your bonus protection, and you get stun locked for the entire turn, or like the entire game, Arctic Gaming. And so you die in about 60 seconds tops, 30 seconds if they're well modded. Like, it's not good. It used to happen to Arnold back before they figured out that you need a tenacity mod your Wampa to prevent it from happening. You guys gotta remember that, you know, the majority of people that play this game do not watch videos. The majority of people that will play this game do not come and watch me. They do not go and watch Arnold. They do not go and watch any content creator at all. The majority of people that play this game screw around and don't know anything about this game. And they just play for fun. They're collectors. They collect things. And any collector, there's collectors in every level that are going to be dragging down the average mod score heavily. And so if you are above your average mod score, that is great. I was literally like 5 times the average back when I was in Carbonite, just because I was focusing on mods. Like, your average, you should be above the average by a good amount. So like, my mod score has reduced by a significant amount since Lightspeed bundles came out. The 50-year-old down the street doesn't know how to mod properly. Exactly. I used to work with a guy who was a collector, and it was so much fun to listen to him talk, just because he was just excited that, like, Kyle Katarn was coming to the game, and he's always loved Kyle Katarn, and so he's just so excited, and he's like, dude, I stopped playing the game for a while because I wasn't interested in it anymore, but then they said they were bringing Kyle Katarn in and Mara Jade, and I came back to the game. I'm like, it's so much fun to talk to those guys. They don't care about, you know, Grand Arena. They just enjoy that they get a character, and then they can put them with a team and have fun with them. Like, the dude was using JML with Kyle Katarn, and I'm like, that's awesome, dude. You go have your fun. Go have your fun. And so, you know, like, those people are definitely out there, and they're everywhere. So anyways, I gotta go. My throat's dying. Oh yeah, I can't even mute my music like that anymore. There we go. Oh, no, we're finishing up now, Cameron. I'm out of it a little bit. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm glad I am alive again and I can make content for you guys. We'll have content coming this week, have some videos coming, as well as of course our stream schedule will be back on the menu, boys. We'll be streaming for GAC and all that type of stuff. I'm gonna go get a glass of water because I'm literally dying, and get some food, but we're gonna see if there's anyone that we could raid really quick. Goodness gracious. Anyone playing Go? I mean, it's a Sunday during, you know, Conquest, so, like, I'm not assuming there's anyone. Okay, it doesn't look like anyone's live and playing on YouTube. So for those of you on YouTube, thank you guys so much for being here. I love each and every one of you, and I will see you guys in the next video. For those of you on Twitch, we'll see if we can find something. There's always someone on Twitch. You know, there's 2.7 million people streaming on Twitch last year. And of those 2.7 million, you guys chose me. You guys are awesome. Okay. Sure, we'll raid this guy, whoever he is. It says I'm following him, so I've raided him before. Oh, I think this guy's a new player, so go give him some crap. Go tell him to, like, farm Lord Vader or something. Anyways, see you guys later.